me running, going out of my mind. You got me thinking that I'm wasting my time. Don't bring me down. No, 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 no. Ooh. I'll tell you once more before I get on the floor. Don't bring me down. You like to stay out with your fancy friends. I'm telling you it's got to be the end. Don't bring me down. No, 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 no. Ooh. I'll tell you once more before I get on the floor. Don't bring me down. 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 What happened to the girl I used to know? You left your mind now somewhere down the road. Don't bring me down. No, 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 no. Ooh. I'll tell you once more before I get on the floor. Don't bring me down. You're always talking about your crazy nights. One of these days you're gonna get it right. Don't bring me down. No, 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 no. Ooh. I'll tell you once more before I get on the floor. Don't bring me down. 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 You're looking good just like a snake in the grass. One of these days you're gonna break your glass. Don't bring me down. No, 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 no. Ooh. I'll tell you once more before I get on the floor. Don't bring me down. You got me shaking, got me running away. You got me crawling up to you every day. Don't bring me down. No, 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 no. Ooh. I'll tell you once more before I get on the floor. Don't bring me down, 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 down. I'll tell you once more before I get on the floor. Don't bring me down.
What's up, everybody? Just wanted to kind of catch up with everybody, see what everybody's up to. Kind of want to throw in a quick reminder, a friendly reminder for people that just watch the beginning and that's it. So, with the freeze coming on, I personally just make sure you got water accessible, you got food accessible, blankets. If you have generators and stuff, then I recommend making sure you got access to your extension cords and stuff, and your oil lamps, batteries. Just because, ain't no point in trying to figure out where that shit is and get it right in the middle of when you need it. So it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. What's up, Met Fury? By the way, Moonchild, KP Heathen, anybody I miss coming in? Hey, what's up, Mayor? Welcome back, Canadian. Here I can drop the link What's up, Pappy Two Bears? What's up, Laura? Welcome, Rayanne. PJ. Oh, never mind. That's the like. I don't. What? Oh, sorry. Hey, man. I click buttons. What can I say? Now I copy the right one. I was wondering why it looked different. I'm like, well, that doesn't look like normal. What's up, Grumpy? There we go. Yeah, because when it comes to ice, basically moisture and freezing temps, roads get dangerous. Everybody knows, but you also end up with limbs that get moisture on them and they freeze. They become weighted. They crack. They break. They fall. Trees get more weight on one side. They fall over. They block roads. They take out power lines. They poke a hole in roofs. Lay out over shops. Right, KP? What's up, Sandy? Evening, evening. And so I think it's just, I didn't want to come on, and I thought about doing it earlier today, but I thought, well, I don't want to sound like one of them people that are telling you everything you need to do because I don't know your area, I don't know your situation, and then that sounds kind of very hyperbole. So I just basics. You're going to want some food accessible. You're going to want water accessible in case you don't have power. You're going to want your stuff charged up. Hopefully, you had a chance to top your tanks off. Canadian brought it up earlier. We got propane and solar here. What's up, G Ma Merkel? Did everyone get the makings for milk sandwiches? Right. Well, and like what we do is I always kind of have a running menu kind of in my head that we eat and exist one way and we adapt as things change. So, like, if it gets real bad towards town, then we know the access and stuff. So then we kind of do things a little different. If the power looks like there's a lot of rain, a lot of freezing limbs, then we kind of prepare for the power to go out. And when we prepare for the power to go out, then there's certain things we'll start cooking and eating to relieve the load. You know, I don't know. We just do things. Yeah, the bathtub with water. What was it? I think it was. What was it? Something about running water doesn't freeze. Yeah, like but we don't face the stuff that you guys do up north. But like the freezing down here, usually take the bathroom sink and let it uh, let it drip run. But although now, as anybody been around here, at the Cluck and Alamo, we got those little heated things on the pipes now, so they're all plugged in, and that keeps them from freezing. Oh, what's up? Dang. See, I go to get people up here, and then I just forget to look in that little part of that window. It's like, it's so rare nowadays. I don't know.
Well, I figured you'd see me eventually.
Eventually.
What's going on, man? You're talking stuff I know a little bit about. I thought I'd come up here and share some stuff, with you.
There you go. Well, that's why I haven't been around much. We've been just kind of getting little things ready, kind of thinking ahead of the game, going, okay, well, if this were to happen, then yeah, I don't want to have to deal with that. So let's try to see what I can do to divert that because I don't want water.
Well, in this situation, I literally have to sleep with my canteens if I want water in the morning. All right, because we're almost to 30 below zero right now with the wind chills. It's some serious cold out there. My coffee will freeze up on me if I let it sit too far from the heater and stuff, I wanted to get up here and tell all you Southerner and Westerners that ain't used to this kind of cold that there's some keys to staying warm, all right? and they serve me well. All right. Number one thing I would tell somebody is probably layering is key. All right. Like I don't put on just one pair of socks and put my boots on. No, I put on a couple. Usually use wool ones because those will wick the moisture away and all. And a couple layers in my Mickey Mouse boots. My feet are never cold. I wear a pair of long or not long johns, but I wear sweatpants under my other pants. And then I've even got pants that have liners in them. So I can get 2-3 layers going there. And then I'll wear a t-shirt and, I've got what they call, jacket liners. They're like a poncho liner or a woobie, but they button into the M55. I use that I use that. I've got an enhanced one that I've sewn zippers into it and pockets, and I even got a hood on mine. All right. If you can see that. But, and then over that, I wear a wool 1950s style wool shirts, and I've got several of these. They're kind of hard to find, but they're really, there's nothing. It's like a big, thick flannel, all right, but it's wool.
Really warm.
They're really warm, And then if I go outside, then I'm going to put the coat on. But, if I was going to, like, go with just 2 layers even, I'm going to be chilly, all right? Just one layer can make a difference, What's up, Spawn?
Scrubber got some pajamas with pockets and a hood.
Yeah, that's another thing. This kind of temperature, I sleep with my clothes on, man. Get up underneath a down-filled military mountain bag.
I actually just about every night. Well, if I go lay down and she wakes up for a minute, whenever I do, then I'll tell her. Then I always laugh and going, by the way, you can text Jake tomorrow. Tell him thank you again. So my stepson got us these top and bottom heated blankets. So you got one that goes underneath your sheet, and then the one that goes on top of your top sheet. And I'm gonna tell you right now, dude, I have fallen in love. I even told the missus, going, "Oh my God, I didn't think I could feel this affection and this care for anything like I do right now, son. That is like sliding into your own personal Texas burrito. It's like top bottom, buddy, and my legs, because my legs are my biggest problem. They always stay so cold, and that is like the shit right there, buddy. Whoever first came up with that, they deserve the Nobel Peace Prize, because that's the shit right there, dude. When you got one of the mattress warmers, and then you got the electric blanket on top, it's like being wrapped up in a nice little bean burrito or something. It just,
I mean, are you going to die if you pee the bed or something?
I don't know. I don't pee the bed, so I don't worry about that.
Well, don't do that. Water and electricity don't mix. That sounds pretty high tech, man. I've seen those chargeable jackets and vests they got where you can plug in a USB to a battery and charge them up.
When I would ride, I'd stop for gas or something, and you'd run up into one of them Honda Goldwing people's. No offense, I don't know if you're riding one, so don't take that personal, okay? So, but I'd run into one of them, and buddy, they would go to get off their bike, and they would unplug their jacket and their pants and shit, and then you could see them where they were unplugging their gloves from their jacket and shit. And I'm like, why didn't you just get in the car? Why didn't you just get in the damn car? You got you got your hood, you got all these things on, you're clothed up, and you ride something that hardly makes any noise and is self-balancing. Just get in the damn car. Just call it a day and get in the car. What's up, Jerry?
I have seen those. That's pretty funny. But then again, nowadays, these new vehicles, I don't know if you've gotten into a brand new truck or something, but they got heated seats, heated steering wheels. They're spoiling the human species at this point.
There we go.
What's up, Mayhem? Congratulations, man.
Hey, I'm like, hey.
I was going for email, and as my eyes were moving, I'm like, wait, there's movement in that little window.
I was like, yeah, so I had to change the background because I did a Zoom interview, and I was like, I don't think they'll like cross rifles and everything in back there. So I was like, let's go more, something.
Yeah, I don't know. You can't see none of my stuff anyways, even if I put a light on it.
Oh, that's
Wait,
cool, Eric. I
I
just
see
checked the
some.
email. That's pretty cool.
I see some toilet paper. Oh no, that's paper towel. My bad, Carl.
Yeah, there's paper towels hanging by bungee cords.
I got toilet paper. It's that little
No,
white roll right there. That's actually a roll of toilet paper, and I got it on my birthday. And it
would probably work for that too.
It's got 60, and then it's got little piles of turds on it, and it's like happy 60.
You know, I got my paper towel rolls are up there by bungee cords. You can hook a bungee cord to something and then run the paper towel or the bungee cord through the tube and then hook it to something else, and you got yourself an instant paper towel dispenser, man. It works great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
What's going on, Rank?
What's
I
up,
got
Rick?
I got my F-bomb right here. Just wait.
Oh, dude. Just I
That
guess
sounds
I can get the cat's
marketable.
off the bag, but whenever I mail people stuff, I've been printing out these little poop piles, and I'm going to put those in like the order stuff, and then that way nobody can never say I didn't give a shit.
Hey, you know what? I got a story about that rescue. A guy come up to this was back in the 90s. He came up to my flea market vending spot, and he was like, people buy anything, And I knew this guy, and he come back the next day. He was he did wood stoves and inserts, and he built masonry and stuff for wood stoves, and he was a chimney sweep. And he brought me a little handmade display, like a little bleacher display, and on it he had taken all the extra fireplace mortar he had at the time, made like a giant frosting dispenser and squeezed it into piles of poop looking shaped, and then painted it glossy brown with a nice clear coat, and he carved a little hole underneath of it for like a little door, and it was for hiding keys, so you could set that pile of crap in your yard and hide a key in it. And I'll tell you what, he put like $14.95 a piece on like a dozen of them on that little display, and that weekend every one of those sold for that price. And back in the 90s, $14.95 or something wasn't cheap, and he proved the point that people will buy flipping anything, man.
Oh, dude, look at Spencer's. Spencer's used to sell fake barf and fake dog turds, and people would go pay $19.95 for that shit.
No, my favorite was the fart machine at Spencer's.
Oh yeah.
What's up, G-Mo? I mean, scrapping G-Mo Merkel. Whatever.
Yeah, so that's my very nice background.
Oh,
But I gotta admit, I was nervous because I actually thought that the interview was gonna just be one-on-one. It was gonna be all the Globe Life people, manager, CEO, whatever. And no, it was one representative, and then all the other people that were up there were interviewing as well. And they said they only had 2 spots left. And I was like, oh, dang, there's a lot of people. But then I started going through all the cameras, and I could
that
see
was all
everybody.
the other co-workers.
No, it was other people applying. But I was like, well, I actually made the effort. Like, I put on a nice shirt, did my hair back like this. Like, I've been like this all day ever since.
Right.
I was 15 minutes early. They wanted everybody 5 minutes early. There were people that actually showed up late, and then everybody was on their phone. So we had like crotch shots, which was weird. I was like, you probably don't want to put your phone in your crotch.
I don't know, man. Some of them politicians, they go ahead and do all their shit public.
So
who was that? The wiener dude?
So I was like, okay. And then I was going through it, and it was just me and this other guy actually took the time to have like a decent background, have everything set up, ready to go.
Well, I gotta say, Michael, up until you said this, and then you've had me in a conundrum ever since right before I went to start the stream. Because right before I was going to go live, one of my little pet peeves this week has been insurance companies. Because you watch people like a Pat David stuff, and I like him. He seems like he's on point. But then over the past month, I've kind of been sitting there going, but do you know that you're actually part of the problem? I mean, you sit up there and report about the medical fraud and all the health insurance thing, but when you break down the basic 2 + 2 = 4 kind of math, insurance company, customer, wait, insurance agency. And me and the missus were talking about that because her brother does that shit. And I said, see, that is one of those things that's a mind jacking on people and they can't get their head around it. How do you insert a middleman and save money?
Right.
Anywhere else, it increases your cost. Hey, I make this table. I want you to go sell it, Michael. Okay, well, now you go sell it. Well, I got to make enough money to pay you and make money.
Right.
Insurance. And then some of these online things and the shipping thing is what got me, is when I found this shipping company. That's what got me thinking about it lately. Because it's like, wait a minute. So if I go to UPS and say I want to mail this box, it weighs this much to this address, it's freaking $40. But if I go over here to Bob Shipping and he sends it through UPS, oh, it's $9. Wait a minute. How does that work? And then it's like, wait, insurance is the same way. You have a company, you have the customer, and somehow you insert all these middle people, and it's supposed to save you money. It's like, how does that work? So nothing. So anytime I do bitching, it won't be anything personal. It was started way before you even.
Right. Now I'm gonna take it personal every time you start bitching about insurance companies rescue. I'm like,
well, be sure and take a good enough lunch, though,
about me.
I think that line is pretty damn long.
What's going on, Sharon? And yeah, Tuck is right. Hey, Jerry.
I'm gonna be like, that motherfucker is talking about me.
Hey, man, you'd be surprised.
Jerry, don't you start that shit either, too. I just got started. Don't make me teach you guys the in and outs of insurance.
That sounds like you're getting screwed when you put it that way.
No, I'm not.
Well, I mean, because think about the concept of that. So if you have a company that's offering this product, you go to them, it's X amount of dollars. But if you go to a third party, it's supposed to be cheaper. And it's like, so how is that really supposed to work? And it's like people are screwed so hardcore right in their face that they just don't get it. And I think that's why the whole insurance scam's become what it is. Pharmaceuticals, same shit.
You see Eric's comment. Got him some non-alcoholic beer now. He's going to get some non-shit face.
Good luck with that. Yeah. Metal Spawn's right. That sounds like a lot of non-fun.
So, what's the temperature around the world here?
Have something else in it.
What's your temperatures down there, Rescue and Mayhem and everybody in the chat? And where are you at and what's your temp?
Let's see what our temp is.
What is that, Beetle? What's up, Beetle? Welcome.
It's the Beatles.
We're only at 56 right now. Our shit doesn't hit till in the morning.
29 degrees.
29 degrees. I got almost 30 below zero here right now.
Oh.
With the wind chills. And it's supposed to go down.
So you owe 30 degrees.
Yeah.
What's up, Ray?
10 below. So you owe 10 degrees. God, you people and owing the weather. Come on now.
Look, man, just stick to screwing people with insurance. You can't do it with the weather.
Well, I think they can screw us with the weather. I'll tell you right now, they're screwing me with the weather. You ever notice the weather forecast? I don't know about you, actually, but every time I look at the weather forecast, it is not what it says it's going to be tomorrow. You cannot plan anything to the weather.
Yeah. Well, they say meteorologists can be wrong all the time.
Like when they tell you that it's raining and you look out your window and you're going, but I'm not seeing it. Well, that's what we laugh, because most of the alerts we get, because we're kind of off that beaten path. And dude, we'll get shit that says the rain will end soon. And it's kind of like, well, I guess that's cool for wherever it's raining on, because it hadn't even started here, but the northern part of the county will be.
Sherry wins. What'd she say? She wins, man. 45 Fahrenheit, wind chill, 55 below. Yep, Sherry wins.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Canadian, -40.
Yeah,
well, I like whenever they do the reporting out there, like when when you watch the Weather Channel, and they're out there and it's like flooded, and they're like, we're out here and it's really deep water, and then you see somebody in the background walking and it's like ankle deep, and you're like, wait a minute, how are you waist deep and they're ankle deep? Do
Well,
they
because
know the high spots?
CNN has to learn how to walk deeper in the ditch and not show the fan. Oh, I got a strike, by the way. So I got a strike.
Oh,
So I would say, it's definitely going to be off topic, but I have a feeling shit's fixing to fire off in that Minneapolis and something, because it's weird the way YouTube. So the strike I got wasn't even on one of my lives. It was on the little short that I did called Awareness, and all it did was it showed the news footage of that chick that went in the gas station with the axe. Do you remember that story?
oh yeah.
Yeah. All I did was share that, and bam. And I got a strike. That was last year. And I'm like, wait a minute. Well, then it dawned on me. I'm like, wait a minute. This is what happened during the riots. You could play music until people were showing footage of the riots. And then all of a sudden, YouTube started listening for music to play, and rioters started playing music. So it's like, so wait a minute. So something violent. So then, so when the confrontations happen, now if people film them, you can have your little algorithm scan for those.
Yeah.
What's up, Prepper 101?
What's up, 101?
It was just out of nowhere. That was kind of interesting. Bam, a strike.
Yeah,
Can't really call it Prepper 101 anymore because it says Prepper 101 3.
3, yeah. 1013.
Well, that
Yeah,
might be
there you go.
in Prepper
1013.
Ebonics, that might be Prepper 101 free.
Wait, 1013. That's a call sign, isn't it? 10.
Yeah.
10. What's 1013?
You mean with 10 code?
Yeah.
Prepper got 2 strikes.
I don't remember.
Me neither. That's when it's gone.
Officer needs assistance. So you need assistance. What was that one from Super Troopers? Do you need my assistance? Do you need me out there?
Oh, he says that's most commonly means advised weather and road conditions.
Oh, that's convenient.
Well, it depends where you are because each state has different ones.
No, they're all
Well, yeah, they're all the same.
They're not.
They are.
They are not.
YouTube channel.
They
Somewhere
are
it
not.
says they're all the same, and that's the facts.
No,
Well,
they
see,
are
now
not.
back in the 70s and 80s, I knew they were all the same, but these days, rescue, I can't say that.
Yeah, no matter what anybody says, they are not. Because I used to work dispatch in Germany, not Germany, in Georgia, and when I made a phone call for a 1050I, which is a wreck with injuries in Nebraska, they're like 1050I. I don't know what that is. I said, oh, you guys must use the different 10 codes. 1050I in Georgia is a accident with injuries, and they're like, oh, that is
that's what my mom did, man. That's what my mom did when I was growing up. 20 years of a dispatch for a police department. You know, she was technically a police officer, still had to carry the gun, still had to take all the training, you know.
Right.
But it was also how I got into computer and stuff all the way back to the 70s, man. They were using the telephone systems to link computers across the nation. And my mom had a hand in creating something called the lean system because she was really good at typing and analytical. She helped do the coding and stuff back then for the lean system that hooked all the states together. Back in the 70s, you know, you could have a warrant in Michigan and they wouldn't even know in Ohio until this system was linked together, and then everybody could find out everything about everyone all through the states, you know.
Yeah. But I did find out here the 10 codes are very similar to where I was dispatching. I almost thought about becoming a dispatcher here, but I was like, I don't want to do that.
How many people here grew up with a police scanner in their house?
No, I used to live and breathe by one.
It's a unique thing, man. You kind of It's
Now-
weird when you don't have one for a while.
Now you don't have those.
Slept in cabs listening to that shit.
Now you don't have those in every household. Now it's everybody uses the police scanner apps, which is stupid because they're 5 minutes behind, guys. They are 5 minutes behind.
Really?
Yeah, it's a 5 minute delay between what's actually being said and it coming through the app. It works, but it's way late. Just get you a scanner. They still sell them.
What's up, Tony?
Just faster. You know what? To be honest, and I take that back. Down here, a lot of the rural areas, believe it, as much as I hate it, but they use Facebook, and they have their little Facebook group. And like around here, that's most people. If you matter of fact, a burn notice legally around here in this county, burn notice notification is through the paper and in the Facebook group. And that's like now been legally acknowledged by the county court. So that's their representation of notice. They put. I'm like, really? That's social media. I don't. What if you don't want to do that?
Yeah, exactly. That's weird, but I use those because I've several towns in my area. I've joined the police Facebook page, and I can get news there that I don't get anywhere else. Man, they can. You find out what's going on.
It's got embedded into our society just like YouTube does, and it's pre-installed on everything, so it's become the common thing. That's the one thing is you never get rid of it, and I don't know how you handle it later on because that's always going to be the sore spots or the digital platforms. It just it is what it is.
Well, I mean, I like listening to the police scanners. Me and Chaos do, and some of the dispatches are hilarious. If you're bored on a Friday night or a Saturday night, just listen to the phone calls that come through, and then the dispatcher dispatching them. We had one where it was a man was standing in a what was it? A man was standing in a woman's yard, like in his underwear, yelling at her, and she asked him to leave, and he won't leave. So we need officers en route to handle the situation. Like, she didn't even know what to say. She was like, handle the situation, and you're like, and then you start sitting there imagining what that person looks like. What does he look like? What does she look like?
Well, I got to tell you, man, I've sat out the past few. A lot of it's been busy trying to get things prepared for this shit coming in, and but some of it, man, society, dude, our public, how just the general consensus, the shit that goes down that gets broadcasted on national TV, and it's like, and nobody calls bullshit. I just don't understand. Nobody calls bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just, it goes from, I mean, they might scream that they're wrong or something, but nobody like factually points it out, and they just create another turmoil.
Well, you're saying we need like fact checkers or something?
Oh God!
Wow, people
They
don't
already
care.
tried that.
People don't want the facts. They want their narrative,
Right.
and it's like you can show people. That's why people still look at what they say about J6 as an insurrection, even though it's just like it is like defined that it wasn't. It's like factually defined that was not an insurrection, but yet it doesn't matter. It's that it got said enough that it got planted in their brains, and now it's the upside down world.
Oh, there's Bullfrog. What's up? Haven't seen Bullfrog in a while.
Staying warm, prepared for it tomorrow. We got the propane generators. Propane's ready to go. I got my cords ready. I got my solar panel battery backup and stuff is charged up. Got the panels accessible, so they'll be easy deployed if need be. We froze some extra stuff just so that it would go ahead and be frozen. Freezing some extra water. goods to cool off the refrigerator part.
Woo! Got
Coolers,
close.
if it goes out, because then that way it's kind of like having ice blocks. So yeah, we're prepared. About the only thing I'm worried about is in the morning. Have
Rescue
to see if this freezing rain comes in,
what he had.
and then if they do it,
Yeah.
I might have to take the missus to work in the morning because she doesn't like driving in that at all.
Is
So
that good enough? Is that good enough?
It's shaking, Teresa.
Yeah. Bring me the whole
oh shit,
I'm gonna get.
What's up, Teresa?
Yeah, sorry,
You know
I had to
everybody
take off.
calls
I
her-
forgot about the bathtub. We were still filling it up.
You know, everybody calls Teresa the snitch, but you know, sharing stuff around on YouTube is called being a moderator. You know, it's part of the mod squad. She ain't no snitch.
Well, I think that's something though. It's I think with Trent and them though, I don't know. Oh look, there's old Smokey. Which one is that? Banana
This
what?
is the banana pudding.
Oh, okay, banana pudding.
Yeah, I'm gonna try
Oh, that shit beats pumpkin spice, brother. Now you're talking.
Hey, he finally grew up.
I'm a real man now. Oh,
Damn, he got with a woman and got off that pumpkin spice. See how it works, guys. See how it works.
Yep. Ooh, that is good. Wow, that's so good. Rescue said, "See, he got with a woman and got off the pumpkin spice." See, she said I was never on the pumpkin spice.
Yeah, well, what'd you do? Oh, you must have lied to her all this time. She must have old footage in the sleeper with all them days drinking pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
No, I did
He
that
was
pumpkin
either lying
spice
to us
once.
or her.
Once,
just to
because
be
that
clear,
was
and so
funny.
if she could hear me, I would gladly tell her
They
that
want
you
you
might
to
have
listen.
deleted your footage, but my lives are still there when you sat on my barrel drinking your pumpkin spice. They're still there for proof.
What's up, Bullfrog? It's been a minute.
Excuse me, sir. I even had the guy there, and I said, "Hey, tell them that the only kind that you guys have, the only coffee you have ready is pumpkin spice." And he said, "Yes, that's the only one we have available." So,
All right. Well, here's to your
Rescue.
banana pudding. All right. Cheers.
cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Now, banana pudding is some serious stuff. I like to take 2 boxes of the cook and serve banana pudding, 1 whole box of mini vanilla wafers. Did Bonnie hear that? And then mix it all up and then add like 6 or 7 organic bananas. And in the right state of mind, I can sit down there and eat that whole dish by myself in about 2 hours.
Shoot, yeah.
Yeah.
Bullfrog, that's mayhem. That's why he looks familiar.
Yeah, Bullfrog.
Yeah.
It goes all the way back to Dangerous Freedom now. We were all at the same place before.
That's mayhem.
And then-
it
and
might be
there-
hard to recognize him because he's got his hair slicked back and he's actually sitting in a room and not in a driver's seat. So
Right. Yeah. And then there's my fiance, Chaos, right there in the chat. Cheers from the couch.
hey, okay, so I got a question since you said it and now Tuck's bringing it up. So I just want to go ahead and find that. Let's get clarification. So exactly what in Sam Hill is an organic banana?
All right. If you're asking the right guy,
I just want to know what the non-organic banana is.
when you go look at bananas next time in the store, look at the little sticker. There's 3 different kinds. All right. There's going to be either a 7, an 8, or a 9. All right. In the beginning of the numbers. Number 9 is the organics. It'll probably tell you it's organic anyways. But anything other than that is probably geoengineered, or what's the other one? There's 2 different things that they do to them where, look, I started noticing bananas didn't taste what like I remember bananas tasting, right? And then I got me a big old clump of organic bananas once, and I'll be damn, that's what they used to taste like. That tastes like a real banana. And I have been sold on it ever since.
Synthetic fertilizers, pesticides, or genetically modified organisms.
Yep. There's my woman.
So basically, farm fresh bananas are now considered organic bananas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, rescue, try them. They're way better, man.
No.
It's gonna put
Oh,
you like it's gonna remind you of.
Fresh stuff.
Hey, Camo, have you noticed that the bananas too are like getting ripe like really quick too?
Not
On-
here. No, I haven't noticed that. They're actually. I was wondering
Like-
why they were always so green.
Oh no, here like man, something's going on where we would only have them for like 2 or 3 days, and they're already starting to turn brown.
That's them other ones though. I get them organics, man.
Yeah.
I can just hang them
Yeah.
here in the truck for days and days, man. They're good.
Huh?
Do you have direct air blowing on them?
No.
Okay, because direct air will do that because sometimes we screwed up and had them, and then the ceiling fan will be on blowing down.
Mm-hmm.
It's taken a long time to figure out that have had an effect. I've noticed some of the other food just doesn't look right because it's just I don't know, man. But then I will say I self-regulate myself too. I see that and I go into freak out mode in a way and thinking, but then I catch myself and kind of go, I'm just a little paranoid because I don't trust them worth the shit. So
Right.
but
I gotta also add this.
my attention is the uniformness of stuff. That's what really triggers my. I'm like, wait a minute, how do you end up with uniform vegetables or uniform, stuff that's processed that grows all different shapes and sizes, and yet so it's like potatoes, man. When potatoes are uniformed, it's like but then I'm kind of going, I don't know, am I overthinking that? But we have noticed a difference in some potatoes. It's like they're weird. They don't soften up.
I was going to say the same thing about milk too, right? I mean, I do buy regular milk because I can't afford this shit, but organic milk, man, is on a different level. All right, that it costs like $9 a gallon or something when I buy that stuff, but it tastes exactly like milk did when I was a kid. All right, I don't know how else to put this to you. It's like you go from an organic, some people are probably too rich or something. It's almost like it tastes unpasteurized or like, a little thicker or something, a little more whole. But man, I'll tell you, when I can't afford it, I get it because it's just delicious.
I don't know, man. He was talking, and all of a sudden I looked, and you went whoop and shot over to the side, and I'm like, well, okay. Did you just not like what Carl had to say?
No.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. All of it.
See, it took me a minute to notice that was C. If Teresa hadn't addressed him as C, then I would have known. I was just fixing to kind of poke fun, going, so there's one of my user dash whatevers. I'm not sure if that's been one of the shit emails I get or not. That's the emails I get a lot of from things like that, and I'm like, okay, you never know who's who, but no, that's C.
Yeah.
It just cracked me up whenever I see that. It was just a reminder. That was.
Well, I tried to go up on Pilgrim's panel. He's got Restream, and it would let me up there and kick me off. Let me up there, kick me off. Restream really is bad. At least this, platform is letting me stay up here and talk.
Yeah.
Well, if it doesn't, I'll be sending in a ticket But see, to me, this one here, and the only reason I do it, I mean, there's things that StreamYard used to do that I liked a lot better. So it's, but the price, dude, it's like $147 for the year.
Yeah.
So
I like goat milk.
$147, and then you got StreamYard that wants to charge you, what is it, like $30 a month?
I get it for free, man. Mine re-ups tomorrow, so I'll be doing some lives probably pretty soon. But I can't afford that stuff, man. I'm just taking the free ride.
Yeah. Well, I probably could have nowadays because I don't stream as often as I used to. But that's why I did this one, because then it's unlimited hours. It's just, you can have, I think it's 25 people. You can have 10 people on the panel and 15 backstage.
Wow.
Oh, you can't have, how many can you have on the panel?
10 on panel and 15 backstage.
So can the people in the backstage talk still?
they can't do the vocal talk, but
Yeah.
they have text talk, but they can hear and
Yeah,
see
they can-
it's shown. Like if you want to do with a backstage, I had thought about it a long time ago. That's what the indie does, the backstage movie things, because
Mhm.
I had done it a couple of times, I think twice, because in that way you can kind of host a movie in backstage for
That,
25 people basically.
but I see what Carl's talking about. That would be kind of cool if you came up with a StreamYard or whatever, you know, where you had people in the backstage that they could talk to each other, but
Well,
you
no,
can't.
well you can, and
Yeah.
you can even do that on StreamYard. It's just that it's fixing to cost you big time. It's called the
Oh
green.
yeah,
That's that big
yeah.
package. That's the green room.
Yeah, you're
See, that's
talking
what
about
they
that
do. That's what they do,
$288 one a month.
Look, man, that's what they do. They give you the first shot for free, and the next thing you know, you're paying for the rest of the bottle.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Dragon puts his into his X split and does it for
Yeah, I
free.
saw that. That sounds like a sneaky little tactic. You ought to tell us more, 420. What the heck are you talking about?
Yeah, 6 people free.
Yeah.
And you also, man, you rock, 420, and you know what I mean. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm also
You're
doing.
right. I like
I'm up
420 a lot. But you guys ever been to one of 420's lives? I think he scares people away, man. You ought to see the way he looks up on his panel and shit, you know?
Oh yeah, the overlay things he does. He's been on mine.
Yeah, that's some wild stuff there, man. I think that probably scares the children and young women, you know?
Oh yeah, Bullfrog. It's a setting on StreamYard, so the host can either have it where you just keep your icon up and you're muted, or when you mute, it takes you off when you do your camera. So it's in the back end settings. They've changed so much, I think, on that.
It's a freak show, he says.
It's a freak show.
You remember they used to charge for that? You used to go to the circus to see a freak show. Now they're just all walking around, fucking on the streets and shit for free.
Oh, they're all over, man. You can see all kinds of TikTok videos of them.
Right. No, hey, you know what though? I had a guy up on my panel here last time I did a live, and he works at one of the mental institutions. And I asked him, and you know, if he's seen any or heard anything about any growth or bringing back the old institutions, and he said, yeah. And then I see that Trump's going to sign an executive order to bring back mental institutions. You know, it's like to counter the deinstitutionalization that they did.
Oh,
That
yeah.
ought to be pretty interesting stuff, don't you think?
Oh yeah, that's what he wants to do. Is he's basically that's what people called him a dick, and he was being, irrational. Is because it's just like all these people with mental problems. It's like you can get help or you can get locked up, but you're not going to be out on the street.
I think they ought to call some of the wards the TDS lounge.
Dude, I gotta say, I don't know. I picked up on the United Nations speech, and I don't know, man. All I can say is it was so nice to at least have a president that had a set of balls.
Yeah.
I've seen that, man, and we're no longer part of the WHO. And I think we're getting out of the WEF too.
Yep. Got the, what is it they call it? The peace committee or something, the peace board of peace or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's it. Board of Peace.
Man,
I call it a giant game of Risk is what I'm going to call it.
Hey, look, when you look at the options and what all's been on the table, what the trajectory that we were at for 4 years, like what the intent was, and then so it's like I'm game with anything that takes us off of that path. So all this
I felt like we were losing. You're right. You're right, man.
Oh yeah, man. Go on and talk a line of shit. That's what I'd rather. That's the thing about him, man, is that's just real words. It's just you got to give him that, whether you like him or hate him. It don't make a shit, but at least he tells you what's on his mind, So it beats the handshake, hugging babies, stab you in the back politician version. What's up, Billy?
Hey, Billy. No, actually, Tony, the deinstitutionalization, I think, started it back in the early 70s. And it was brought up because there was a lot of brutal wrongs happening in those places, which helped
Not
the
necessarily.
movement, you know. But I'd like to think if they bring them back, with all this camera and technology that we have these days, that the folks inside there ought to be a little better protected this time, I've actually did explore on abandoned mental institutions here in Michigan, a few of them, gigantic complexes of Gothic style brick buildings, some 6-7 stories tall, usually linked above ground, but also linked underground by tunnels to each one of the buildings. There's one in Traverse City, there's one in Pontiac, there's one out in Lansing, and there's one right here by me. And I find them fascinating. I've been up on the roofs of some of these places, and they're gone now, but there used to be like gargoyles and stuff on the roof structures up at the top of some of the roofs, because they were built in the 1800s.
Hold on one sec, Carl. Child's play. So take a glass of warm water and a teaspoon of baking soda and stir it in that warm water and then down that. And that'll chill the acid reflux instantly.
Yeah, and I've been down in the tunnels of one in Pontiac, Michigan, and I'm never gonna forget what I saw. All right, you could see where they had kept people shackled to a concrete or brick wall, and they had been there so long their bodies wore into the concrete. You could see their bot from their whole life being chained to a damn wall. You could see it wore the brick down. All right. That was like one of the craziest things I've ever seen, man, to know that somebody was standing there shackled to a wall for so long it left imprints.
Yep. What's up, Kiss Up?
What's up, KO?
Shit, the prison out here that we got, one of the units called Eastham, it's one of the old prison units. And, dude, so when I was locked up, we would go and whitewash the tombstones because it's got like a whole graveyard of unknowns, like nobody to claim them and there's nowhere to put, so they just have these things. But that prison used to be underground, so the only thing on top was just like this white little building. And it would always give you this feeling like, damn, dude, that was some shit back in the day. Because you'd go in the door of this place, which is where everybody would go in, and then you would go down to everything, to the cells and different stuff. So only the main offices were right up there at the top. But right to the left of the main door, you'd look over, about 10 feet away from that door was literally this little 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot square. And it had the old wide wrought iron gate style door on it. And that used to be solitary confinement. And you'd be like, holy shit, dude, you don't even have enough room in there to like get down on your knees or anything. All you can do is scrunch up.
Like Tony says, makes you wonder what they did to deserve that. But I also know that it was common practice for like husbands who didn't like their wives or didn't agree with their wife didn't agree with them. They could say, oh, this chick's crazy, and just send them to an institution. Fathers and parents and husbands did that a lot. From what I've read, there's a lot of people that were put in those institutions just because they didn't agree with the world around them.
Well, there's always bad shit's always happened with everything. I mean, I think the main intent was when society's been always in a learning curve, and when you don't know what to do with shit, you just kind of go, hey, don't know how to handle this, you need to go in there. And, well, we got these but see, nobody ever watched over that. It's kind of like nobody ever watched over our finance side of things. Nobody ever oversees these things, and then they take a life of their own. And no, there's some evil shit that we did experiment. They still do it. Hell, look at the little damn Fauci dude with the beagles and shit, dude. They got no problem torturing shit. They have no problem. They want to talk about cold-blooded killers, man. When you can literally do a science experiment on a living thing without like blinking twice, there's something to be said that about your thinking's off. Like there's something missing in there. There's a short circuit.
They probably need to be put in an institution.
Yeah, they're probably the ones that really need to be in there.
Yeah. If they're a danger to society, that used to be the thing, you know, or to themselves, a danger to themselves or society.
Well, that's one of the key fear things. Protecting society. Just like think of the kids, think of the children. Yeah, they just throw.
You staying warm, Billy? Billy, you staying warm or you freezing over there? Well, she's got dogs. She could always do like the 3-dog night.
Had a great uncle locked up for 20 years. Nothing wrong with him back in the days. Oh, damn. Who locked him up? Was it like his spouse, or was it like law enforcement, the legal system? I mean, who locked him up? 20 years.
See, you know, it's some janky shit. There was some janky shit. It probably was a good thing that was torn down. But like I said, with technology and cameras and, you know, some supervision, you know, it would probably be a better system, I would hope. I would at least hope, you know. I don't know. Oh, it's a little warmer over there, Billy. It's a little colder over here. But some good folks have helped me. I got me a spare thing of propane and cut me up some pallets for the wood stove. Yeah, I'm going to survive this deep freeze one way or another.
It's the end of the world.
Nah, all right. How many apocalypses have we lived through, man?
But this is the one. This is the one. Because, you know, this is the one, though. It's just, I know, but that's how, I'm with you. Dude, I don't know where society's going, dude. I watch some of this shit and you hear some of this crap and you kind of go, what? It's like you watch all the church stuff, you know, whatever side, I don't give a shit politically, but anybody that thinks that somehow going inside a church, or even I don't care if you don't even believe in a church, but just the act of doing that is somehow righteous in its moral stance. And yet all these people repeat this shit, and people just, either the ones that don't like it, they just start screaming other things back, or the other side just goes, yeah. And it's like,
I don't see us bum rushing their satanic church or their gay parade. What the hell?
well, no, that's the one problem we have, and that's why everybody talks about how conservatives or Republicans are sissies and wusses and don't do nothing. And most of that's because if you try to do things on a righteous stance, it really looks like you're not doing anything until it comes to that critical moment, because you're trying to stand. I'm not saying that all these political decisions have been that way, but I'm just saying it's kind of where the whole two wrongs don't make a right thing came from. It's like,
what happened to Storm Area 51? What happened to Storm Area 51 rescue?
I did what?
What happened to Storm Area 51?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if anybody ever showed up for that or not. That would.
This is. You're right, man. Society is getting really weird, man. I mean, it's been weird. It just keeps getting weirder.
Well, I just don't understand. It's just like some basic things, basic ways of life are just discarded and totally forgotten. And it's like, but you know that this was like, okay, like, it's kind of like some of the goofy shit, riding with a seatbelt, a seatbelt. You got to have your kid in a car seat, has to be facing a certain direction, has to meet a certain classification car seat, all this shit. And it's amazing because, I don't know, 40, 50 years ago, you could lay in the freaking back window.
This is where I get confused.
Hold on to the steering wheel while you're literally going down the road type shit. And so somehow and yet nothing's changed. Car accidents left and right, wrecks happening left and right. It didn't change anything, but somehow we had just shifted the whole way of life and forgot about it. Just like wrote it off, like, yeah, those were the good old days. Excuse me. Well,
No,
why
I
did you
mean,
have to
it's
give up the
weird.
good old days?
I'm completely confused on that because I thought that once I became an adult, that no one told me what to do anymore. Like the parenting, I was on my own. I'm responsible for my own actions. That if I choose to wear a seatbelt because I want to drive fast or to protect, it should be my flipping choice. How long my grass should be, it's just not what I thought it was going to be.
Right,
I
bullfrog.
don't want to tell nobody what to do, and I don't want nobody telling me what to do or what not to do, man. And
Yeah,
that's
but people
where I've
don't
gotten
talk
into
to
the
people
most
enough.
trouble. That's been the most trouble of my whole life, right there, Rescue.
Well, I've had my own personal problems. I've worked on those. When I see those, I see how a society is given up. And I still say it's simplistic. I mean, I ain't no one of these complicated and let me like break everything down to talk you into believing my way. I just spit out shit that I see as obvious. And so obvious, so it seems kind of factual to me. I mean, if there's some counter to it, that's cool. Voting matters, and there's a reason why this got out of control. There's a reason why there's people up there that say they represent all these areas that all these people live in and say that this is all for the country's better thing. So why aren't people speaking up more? And this is the same thing I say around here about people like John Cornyn. We're stuck with him for a few more years, but need to start getting somebody to want to look at that spot. It's it starts with we the people, and that's I preached it a few years back when I did it. And hell, I had people snub me back then. And the whole votes don't matter. And all I can say is if voting doesn't matter, then one, why do they try to steal it if it doesn't matter? Why do they have to try to steal it if
Mhm.
it's not something important? And two, why isn't every
It's
area
got to be.
every
It's
area
got to
should
be
be the
close
same?
to.
If voting doesn't matter, then why isn't my area like Minneapolis? Why don't we live like Chicago?
It's got to be about 20 years ago. One of the first memes I remember that bothered me, Rescue, is that a meme, like I said, it probably when I first started social media, probably almost 20 years ago, and it just simply said, uh, your vote is already decided. All right. And it was something like that, very simple. And that bugged the hell out of me. All right. Like thinking that no matter what we do, it's a rigged system that we can't win. And I think we saw it play out where a lot of people did know that and kind of went up against it. And even though they were still cheating and doing everything they could to rig it, it didn't work as well as it used to. And even though 2020 was stolen, they went above and beyond. I saw some numbers where, you know, the amount
Oh,
of
there's no
votes
doubt about
taken
that.
in. Yeah,
We can
but
actually
it,
hold the line. There'll actually be accountability for that. But if we don't hold
there
the line,
will be. Yep. But what I'm saying is, it's just, look, I'm agreeing with you because I still went out and voted, and I seen a lot of people. It seemed more energetic than ever before. Whereas I think there was a lot of people going to make sure that their vote was made, just like I did. And I don't know. I think there is a lot of people that are speaking up and doing stuff, but that's just hidden. They put these loudmouths out there that represent a minuscule, minor amount of the minority. All right, and they put him
oh,
out there
it
yelling his stuff for the whole world to see, while
they've got it.
81 million of us are going, nuh-uh.
Yeah, there was 81 million. I'm not sure about the 81 million because there's been this whole. It's like all the push about why isn't things immediately happening. The minute they get into office, and nobody. And what gets me is a lot of people are no different than the other side, I guess, if you want to put it like that, because you can't like explain anything to them. You explain something and you're just going to get talked to, just like if you went over there and told them that, Trump isn't a racist, and they're going to scream at you all this shit. And it's the same thing on the other side. You go to say something that's just kind of obvious. And I got to tell you, dude, I mean, I went most of my whole life without voting because I was a felon. I was a convicted felon. Can't vote. That's it. And I just thought, okay, well, I guess can't. I didn't realize you can go and apply to get that back after X amount of time. It wasn't until things were kind of getting kind of crazy after the whole Obama thing. And then, man, the Trump and his whole country back to the people type thing. Then it was like, oh, well, shit. And it was a law enforcement friend told me, he goes, you can vote. And so I looked, yep, okay, there we go. But I got to say, man, now you sit around and you hear, I guess it's just growing up, and I won't even say growing up because fuck, dude, I'm 60 years old, so growing up was 5 decades ago. But it just up until, I mean, working and doing, raising my kids, and all the way up until within the last, 6
Hold
years.
on now. Hold on.
Like
you said you're 60. That means you're
better of America, and it's freedom and it's the integrity and strength and it's doing the right thing, and it's. I don't know. It just seems like a different world. I've said it before. It's almost like I went into some kind of time warp or something. And man, it's just like I don't recognize the reaction of people and the shit you see little clips of, and just I don't know. And it's all this generating because it's the money, man. It's the attention. It's the like, and it perpetuates more. I think that's you watch people something happen. People start to scream about that, and they were just sitting around talking and they had 25 people listening to them, but all of a sudden this event went down, and so if I title this way, now I've got 500 people. Ooh. So then the next time I go live, I want to do that again, and I think that's the problem. And then that just steps on top of the next, and then the next, and all this grows. Next thing you know, man, look at this shit, 250,000 subscribers. You get, and I think it just is self-generating. It's the negativeness. It's like, and I don't understand. We used to take pride in things that we've accomplished, and we saw the country as a success. Now everybody wants to tell you what a flipping ass failure it is. And it's like, well, that's funny, man. We're sitting here. I'm sorry. You want to go look at Afghanistan? Want to go look? Hell, look at Germany, look at Russia, look at those countries. I mean, yeah, they got nice spots.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I think we've accomplished a lot, and I just think
so
people they've missed
Isn't
that.
that good? Way too good.
way too much.
What's up with the last name change? What? It's child's play. There ain't no change. Look, don't be coming in here chewing on Junior's ass. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What's wrong
Yeah.
with you?
What's up, Moose Man?
Moose.
Let me see, what did I miss now? I always vote, but I get to see a millionaire / politician locked up. Just saying. I know. I think it's coming, though. See, because here's the thing. Here's another little thing that you never hear nobody ever mention, or at least I don't. Nobody ever brings it up. There's over 100 appointees that still haven't gotten through. Oh, there's what is that? That's
Buff.
Buff. There you go.
What's
Favorite
up?
black guy, what's going on?
There's still over 100 people that haven't gotten through the Senate confirmation. And so just the concept of take Trump out of it, take all the evil, bad politicians out of it. But let's just say there's a business and you say, hey, wow, we're going to do a shift. We're going to do a change on this business. And I'm going to bring in these 100 people, and they have specific jobs to go do so that we can make this turnover. Oh, okay. And then all of a sudden they stop him at the door, and he'll a year later, and people are going, "Damn, dude! I thought you were going to do a turnover. I thought it was going to be so much better." And nobody wants to talk about how these people are being held up at the door and aren't able to come in and do their job. See, because there's a reason why he wanted to appoint those people to those positions. So that means there is a broad picture to things, and all of a sudden you have a good portion of people. Once again, the power of convincing people your vote doesn't matter is because then you won't bug your senator. See, like right now, you wouldn't be focusing on that in mass, calling senator's office going, "Hey, you need to get these things passed. To hell with this filibuster bullshit. They've wiped the rule. We just go back to Constitution. There's the rules. So to hell with your filibuster. Go ahead and get shit done." So I don't know. I sit here and, what's up, V? You watch all the bombardment, man, and you go, and it's just frustrating because to me it doesn't seem that complicated. It's just, but you can't. You're fighting against an impossible variable, man, and it's the digital platform because bullshit gets attention.
What's up, B?
And so I don't know. I've come across these little things, and you hear all the shit. It's like the size stuff, the Renee Good thing. It's like, oh, let's just ignore the fact that they actually have said that they're part of a group that literally makes it a point to go follow ICE agents and honk horn, and that she had been doing that, and that she had blocked the road. You know, it's like ignoring all these facts because we got to just do this political narrative talk. And it just pisses me off because then you have this national TV people that spit this shit out, and they're allowed to. And it's like, well, why are you allowed to lie? It's like the 5-year-old kid using his bait to get the dad. No, they didn't. You know, the dad actually ran off. Where's the fathers? So this dude was getting pulled over. He knew he was already in the shit because he knew he was here illegally. So he knew how he was getting pulled over. This dude literally left his kid to haul ass. What father does that?
What are some of the guy in the BMW?
Yeah, the 5-year-old kid that supposedly was detained by ICE and held to bait him. And see, and it's like, why is national TV allowed to broadcast that when there's like, it's proof that that's not what it was? I don't know. We get to just spit it out. And that way, damn people can just run.
Can't even hear that train, can you, Kiss Off?
Oh, yeah, Bullfrog. I think that will be a good message when they can finally get up that food chain. I don't know. The way I view that is the higher the food chain, the longer that fight is. And I mean, if you think back to some of the mafia type cases and shit, then it took them a while to build those cases and stuff. So you kind of go, and when you're already fighting opposition, you got 5,000 employees that are really bucking your system. They're still cleaning house from that. But yeah. And, you know, once again, I say it, you can either think in things, I just choose to look and go, okay, if at least we're not headed in the direction we weren't. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like, at what point does freedom of the press need to be regulated to, you know, stop spreading just blatant fucking lies? Like with this shit that just happened in Minnesota with the crazy black bitch and Don Lemon, them going in there and starting shit in the church. And
the bullfrog when they fix the montage.
She just sits there up and down talking about, no, we just came in to take part with the congregation. We sat down, it's just da-da-da-da. And the video shows absolutely the opposite. And then just the media's just right there. Yeah. No. Oh, yes. Like, no! Expose these fools. Lemon's looking at jail. Possibly. Who knows if they'll go after him?
A judge just inserts himself into this process and gets him to where he doesn't have to as of right now. They're taking that up, but it's like, where does this liberal judge? Why is he still getting a spot? Isn't there something we can do to remove these people?
What's up, Scat? No, a bullfrog. When they fix the Smith-Mundt Act, then they'll be held accountable for all the lies on the media. Until then, they get to go. They get away with propaganda.
Yeah. And it just see that's you got that's I don't know. I just get that tirade. That's voting matters. You got to get
Yeah,
this people replaced. You're just
well, that's something that should go over a judge because they straight up violated that church's constitutional right for the freedom of religion to practice, and they went in there and straight interrupted that. That should just go straight to the top for federal charges. Forget your little district judge and all that.
Video shows them even it's saying that was the whole intent was to go in there and disrupt. Make them.
You know what I think they're going to do with Clinton? I think old Slick Willie's going to get away with it because they're going to find him in contempt, but they're going to find him too ill to serve time.
I don't know. We'll see because, man, it just this once again, see, that's why I say you never hear about the over 100 appointees that are sitting on the sidelines because the Republican senators won't just pull the damn thing. I think they called it the blue card. The blue slip, that option, and just vote them on through. That but I guarantee you, if their phones started lighting up to where millions of people that from their areas were calling, going, "Yo, this is shit we're watching," then you get the collective. Then you start getting the attention because see, that's what the other side does. The other side. I do find this walkout thing they were going to do today was kind of funny because it's like, so all you unemployed people that live off the taxpayers' tit now want everybody else to not go to work or do anything and come and join you to kind of help glorify your bullshit.
Sorry, I got bills to pay.
Right?
Scat Pack needs some snow, people. Everybody send it to her way.
Yeah,
actually,
I'll
we
send
got
it
snow
that
out
way.
there. My daughter's over outside of Abilene. They've got snow.
What's going on, Moose? And D? What's going on, D?
What's up, D? Like Minnesota, the minions will go to jail, but they'll never chop the head off the snake. If you know what I mean. Oh yeah. Well, but see, and I don't. So I read a book, and I just have a belief in a. I believe in Jesus Christ, and so there is no solving this. That's my
Amen.
So there's no fixing it. You just try to make around you better, but this world's it says it's going to fall apart.
Might be designed that way.
Yeah, I mean that's it says it's going to happen, and nobody knows when it's going to happen. But there'll be
Well, that's why I don't even if I could see the future, I wouldn't look. I don't want to know the future. I know that it's all in his hands. He designed it. He knows everything that's ever happened, what will happen, what is happening. And, you know, nobody else can win this. He's going to win no matter what. It's his game. He designed it. And I'm just at ease with that thought, man. It just makes me feel comfortable to know that.
I need to get me a warning thing for the screen because I can tell you now, I'm not your typical Christian Bible thumper, whatever you want to refer to my belief in Jesus Christ and God the Almighty, my creator. But I can tell you, I'm not the very person that thinks that all this is like, everything's like A-OK. I think this is going to be miserable, and I think it's intentionally going to be miserable, and this is where your faith is supposed to shine through. And so
like that. The whole ride felt like that.
If it's going to happen, and I think it's going to happen even more. It's going to get worse in spots and time frames and areas from even what we're seeing now. But I think that's what tests your faith and your peace in that. So that's kind of. So I'm not a kumbaya kind of guy. I think that testing and turmoil and stuff is. A lot of it's man created, so it's not gonna. This is the devil's playground.
Yeah, and I plan to leave with my soul intact. I've said that a few times in the last few days, man. It's like, yeah, it's like what you said, man. Not much of this ride has seemed easy, so it feels like a test to me, So that's what it really does. The whole thing feels like a giant test.
I mean, I've seen it where a better life was provided for me. I just see where me and my man ways of just kind of following people or doing the trending thing, what's popular, what seems to be the norm, or however you want to phrase it.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
ain't never been like Bulldog said, like he just said in the chat there. You know, it's how do you put it? He says, "But I will not lay down my morals." All right, whatever. You know, it's like once I have my mind set on something, that's why I'm not successful because I'm not cutthroat. I'll be straight up. If I was cutthroat, I'd have everything in the world. All right, but I can't be that way. I have a conscience. I don't want to do evil things. I don't want to hurt people.
the
I
culture is
just want to
built off
be
of
happy.
Christian morals. Because the Christian morals, you don't have to have the belief or the faith, but just the core of those morals from that belief was enough to build this country, and they're enough for people to live by. And we got to this, you know, and steal, don't mess with somebody's wife. You don't just go killing people. There's just kind of a lot of things, I mean, for the most part, it,
Anything that hurts a person, everything you just said, in some way hurts a person. I have no desire to hurt anyone's feelings, body, personal belongings, or other family. I don't want to hurt people, man. If everybody just had that mindset, we'd be a whole lot better off in this world, all of us.
what's right is
Both
right,
Rod,
wrong.
I wish
Exactly.
you'd say that.
So,
You'd think it's
I
so
wish both
simple.
Rod,
That's what I don't understand. That what used to be like, I don't know, my life growing all up was that way. It's just the last, I don't know, 6 years, all of a sudden it's like I went to sleep and woke up in an alternate reality, and it's like, wait a minute, where did the basic shit go? Where did that basic moral of right and wrong go? Because you just watch some of this batshit crazy stuff, and it's
if
like,
I were the devil, you know where it went. Paul Harvey told us in 1965. It was like a flipping script to them.
I know, and seeing nobody listened. Nobody listened.
But we know the rest of the story.
Well, that's because we're living it now. I mean, I said it back when I started doing this. I make no bones about it. So whenever I call that out, that people let this happen, it's because I participated in that. I had my head down. I raised my kids. I hit a lick, pulled in my check, made sure my kids and the missus were happy, and that's been my focus. It's just ignorantly.
Yeah, and also rescue is that you did better. Man. You
Do
made
what?
a concerted effort to better yourself. And we've heard the stories. So I really look up to you for that. You made a choice. You know, people can make a choice, and you did. Everybody's got a chance to redeem themselves, but they got to do it, man. You can't just sit there and talk about it. Because I am a sinner, all right? I have sinned. When I was a kid, I was a fucking hellion. I got born to raise hell on my arm since I was 12 years old. You guys know some of it. But
Even if somebody doesn't
doggone,
believe in a creator, God, or anything, if somebody literally is taking a breath right now and thinks that they have not done any wrong in their life, that's just
right. Only
that's
guy that was
another error
perfect
to add
was
onto the
Jesus.
list.
Jesus was the only perfect person ever to walk this earth. What's up, Mayor? Fish sticks. What's going on? The rest of us are, imperfect as hell.
Well, and it's just respecting a living thing. People that get animals. Oh, we'll get the puppy and it's cool for 2 months, and now it's a pain in the ass and it gets stuck outside over in a cage somewhere or something. You got, hey, we had a kid. Okay, it's a child, but then you make it into some beauty pageant token, and you just live vicariously through the kid, so you rob them of a life. And there's just things that happen in front of people in society, and that's what kind of blows my mind. Is that I guess here lately I've kind of just went, how does that pick up traction? Like, why don't people see some of this shit and go, oh my God, No, bullshit. Regardless of what a political intake is, regardless of Orange Man bad, it's like somewhere in 16, dude, people got so brain jacked it was unbelievable. That's when they reached over and flipped that master switch because that goofy dude come down that escalator and they went into freak out mode. It sent out signals everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Sinner saved by grace through the blood of Jesus, right, Tony?
Oh, you mean
Not a
that?
religion, a relationship.
You mean that racist white man who told me that if I don't vote for him, I'm not black? Oh wait, that was the other guy.
Yeah.
See, it's like that. It's like now that people even saw where that ended up, how do people still watch all these retarded ass people on national TV talk about how he was at the top of his game and he was doing so good? It's like you do understand that you were just lied to, right? I mean, it was like in your face. And no, you just get people that are like, no, it's Trump's bad. And I'm like, dude, that TBS shit's real. I used to just think it was a joke. It's real.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, there's a great group of guys I follow on YouTube, Red Letter Media, and they got a guy on there, Jay. He has a great saying. They said it as a joke, but it's real. It's the same thing with listening to Democrats, as in like the whole Disney slop of movies. Is like stop asking questions, just turn your brain off, consume product, get excited for next product. I think that's the Democrat voters' mentality. Just consume what they're saying and get ready for the next thing. Blind.
Yeah. I want to say something about that because somebody said something about their family being Democrats or something. And I have been around a long time, like the rest of you folks, except for ma'am. Anyways, back in the day, being a Democrat, I don't think it was a bad thing. I mean, I think there were a lot of good Democrats when I was young. They just didn't know and realize, or they weren't the same. Democrats today seem a lot more evil than they used to be, and I could say the same thing about liberals. Right? I remember the word liberal meaning a little bit different what it does today. All right. Now it's like it paints a whole different vision of a person than it did way back in the 70s.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I grew up Democrat, and things have definitely changed between back in like the 80s and now. I was like, what happened? I can't get down with you people anymore. Obama did it for me.
It's almost like there was a script. There was a play going on between Republican and Democrats, and they all had their little things, and it kind of went back and forth, and it went up and down. And then that outsider just screwed everything up for them because it's like, wait, and the outsider's fixing to come in and see. And it's like they just went into freak out mode. And everything went upside down. All of a sudden, you have all this retarded trans shit. You literally got people screaming about a guy being in girl sports, and you got states passing laws to go snatch your kid if your kid wants to be another gender and you don't want to acknowledge it. I mean, it's just the whole science went on.
Can anybody tell me what?
Some dude literally got on national TV, broadcasted around the world, and had 2 of those stupid cloth masks on his face, telling the world that this is what people ought to do. And nobody looked at there going, that dude is stupid. He's going insane. No. The whole medical field and everything just soaked that up and was like, well, yeah, that's what you're going to have to do. What? When did we stop holding people accountable for bullshit?
I was going to ask, man, can anybody tell me what year it was they turned to, they were pushing for this 2 + 2 now equals 5? Does anybody remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That was a while ago. That seems like that was a while ago. That was like the first thing that I went, wait, what?
2008, 9, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say during Obama. Just when nothing made sense.
Hell, that's when you got a first lady that says that she hates the country on national TV and nobody blinks an eye.
She feels like a slave in the White House. Really? Being waited on hand and foot? What?
Yeah.
$1 million TV host to get on there and tell you how oppressed black people are, and it's like, I'm sorry, dude, you do understand you just put up in a car that would buy me a vehicle and buy my house. Like, I'm sorry, who's oppressed? Who didn't have the opportunity? You're a congressman, you're a doctor, you're a TV, you're million, it blows my mind, and yet it just gets put out. And it's like, yeah, up is down, down is up. And if you don't like that, we're just going to scream at you and we're going to terrorize you and we're just going to bully you until, well, finally you agree.
Did you catch when that raggedy Don Lemon, it was a couple years ago, when he was still with CNN, was talking about how white men are the problem with America, just
Hell, that's what that
damning white men? I was like, don't you go home to one every night and let him have his way with you? What are you talking about right now?
That's why he feels oppressed by the white man.
Mm-hmm.
He's catching and not pitching, and so he's feeling like, damn it, I don't ever get a chance to pitch.
That, yeah.
What's wrong with you, Michael?
Well, I'm just taking this stupid test.
Ah,
I'm not coming back.
Well,
to
it's kind of nice to hear children playing. You know what I mean? I don't hear that a lot. Feel like I'm sitting at a McDonald's or something, and the kids are playing in that playroom thing or something.
Yeah.
well, I would imagine if you started hearing that right now outside your truck, Cambo, that you'd probably trip you out a little bit.
Well, yeah, that would be concerning. That would be concerning at this time of night.
If I heard that outside my truck, I'd leave this stop right now.
Yeah.
Blowing them stacks.
man,
I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
You guys realize I'm not far from Detroit or Flint, so that is a possibility. You never know what goes on.
Oh, I'm headed that way in 2 days.
Swing by. I'll burn one.
Don't do
Yeah,
it.
I'm headed to Detroit. I got to go over to Minnesota first, and then to Detroit.
Don't you know?
Oh, don't you know? In Minnesota, we have friendly people here. Don't you know?
I'm friendly. The neighborhood's not very friendly, but I am.
What are you talking about?
This one's louder, Kiss Off. You ought to be able to hear it.
Bullfrog says you still have the Camo Dodge Diesel first gen.
It's a 1977 gas motor. It's I'm sitting in it right now.
Oh, I hear the train. Yeah, I was just telling Chaos. I was like, I went through that whole introduction of one of those, and I was like, the practice quiz was asking me questions that weren't even in the thing
I'll be
that I
right.
reviewed. So I'm like, how do they expect this shit?
If y'all will
to
hold
be?
the fort down for me, I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, we'll hold it down.
Oh, this is like the hazmat test. And it was like, okay, just
Yeah.
study this. And then they throw
Yeah.
a wild card at you. Like, what?
Okay, you take,
Yeah,
you
you-
take the left tower, Mayhem. I'll take the right, Bulldog. You got the gate.
Okay. Yeah, you weren't here, Buff. Yeah,
I just
getting
called him
off-
Bulldog. He's not a bulldog. He's a bullfrog. I just
Yeah,
called
he's
him
a
Bulldog.
bullfrog. It's all right. Same difference. You weren't here, Buff. In 2 weeks. I'm getting off of the road completely, man. I just got hired on a new job today.
You told me you were getting off the road.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm gonna be
still
working
going for a
Globe.
constable?
No, I'm going. Well, not yet.
Somewhere.
I'm still doing it, but I'm gonna be working for Globe Life.
I hear you, man. I'm trying to find me a pathway out of this myself.
Well, I'll tell you why I'm getting the fuck out of here, out of truck
I
driving.
am at that impasse right now. I am recently unemployed and moving on, man. Getting nowhere here. Just spinning my wheels. You know, it's time
Yeah.
to move on.
Well, see, here's why I'm doing this, Carl and Buff. Well, Buff kind of knows. Okay, I got off the road OTR because my oldest is 9 years. When she turned 9, I was like, "Holy shit! Half of her life is gone. She'll in 9 more years, she'll be on her way to college, right? Miss birthdays, holidays, ballet recitals, softball games, all that kind of good stuff." So I was like, "I'm gonna get off the road." Well, when I started at this company, they're a good family company, and anytime I asked them to do anything, they had no problem. Now all of a sudden, I'm working 17-hour days. I'm supposed to be home early on Tuesdays and Thursdays because I pick up my kids after school. Well, nope. They've been doing the 17-hour days. I've had to constantly remind them that I'm supposed to do short runs, but they don't give a shit. My truck has broken down so many times, and I was like, you know what? One of these days, I'm either going to be broken down on the side of the road, and it's going to take them a couple of days to go fix my truck, or I'm going to get caught by DOT for violating hours of service. They don't really give a shit. And I was like, enough is enough. I need a more stable time frame, which this company I'll be working from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. And my ex doesn't have to ask me anymore, are you going to come pick up the kids or do I have to get somebody to come get them? So
It's
I
nice
like
to hear. It's nice to hear about a good father in this world, man.
yeah. So I
You didn't
said,
even have to explain it. That was self-explanatory even before you said it. You know, because I get it.
I said enough is enough. This is bullshit. So yep, and I had my interview today with Globe Life. They liked what they heard. I was dressed up nice. I had this background. It was a Zoom call. I actually took the effort to actually look good for them, and they liked that. So they hired me immediately. Like I said 2 words once I got into the individual interview, and they're like, "Yeah, you're the type of guy we need." So
Well, good for you, man. Good for you. I'm still mad I didn't get that job at was it not Wells Fargo, the other one, Brinks? I don't know what
yeah,
happened there.
that
I
is
don't know what the
that is
job world's
true by
going to be
far.
like right now, man. It's been a long time since I looked for a job, but I've never really had trouble getting a job, even without, I can usually walk in a place and, get that job if I want it. I just don't know if it's going to be the same way. I'm more interested in working for myself,
Mhm.
because I've done that most of my life. And that eliminates the middleman, and I make a lot more money working for myself. So that's really been my goal, is getting, mobile and independent. And it's
Yeah.
still my goal.
Well, like most people say, whenever you're going for a job, that a lot of companies try to wine and dine you to get you to join, and then once you join, it's like a bunch of bullshit. But if I do my job properly, now another reason why is because in truck driving, and Buff, you know this, there is absolutely no way to progress other than doing the same shit every single day, maybe making a little bit more. Like,
Hmm.
some companies might hire you on as a driver manager, maybe. You'll never make CEO, you'll never go up the ranks as a truck driver ever. You'll do
Guess
the
I
same
never even
shit.
considered that there was ranks.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
this company, I can start as the lowest man on the totem pole, move my way up to being a team manager, which means new recruits come in and whatnot. Not only can I make my own commission, but I can also make their commission, like a percentage of it, because I'm in charge of them, and then so on and so forth. Um, I told them it's not about the money; it's about the time. You know, my kids. That's one thing I cannot get back with my kids is time. You know,
yep.
I can make all the money in the world. I cannot make up all the time in the world. So, but
Time is
the
more
It's going, it's
valuable
going.
yeah,
than money.
but with this company, there is room for growth to where I can make 6 figures a year. I can get vacations every single year, like from the company. This Globe Life. Everybody should know Globe Life. They actually sponsor my favorite team, the Texas Rangers. You know, um, they sponsor a whole bunch of other teams, basketball teams, football teams. Um, so there's opportunities there. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna do that. Fuck the road, man. There's too much on the road. The road, I would say the road is definitely for a single man, not a man with kids, not a man with a wife. It,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'd have to probably agree with that one.
yeah. Somebody with a family, no, the road. But kudos to all the truckers out there that do it, the married men, you know.
Well, they got a special place in my heart because my grandpa drove for Allied Van Lines back in like the 30s, 40s, and 50s, back before there was even highways and shit.
Shit.
No wife, no kids, no responsibilities.
All right,
I worked
Cheryl
this
wants me to
summer.
turn up hold on,
I
Cheryl.
worked this, Mayhem. I worked a summer for TNT Pilot down in Greensboro, North Carolina, where
Yeah.
they found out I could back up semi trucks, and next thing you know, I was backing up hundreds of trailers in a day and backing them into paint bays, and we'd paint them with the orange and change the logos out when the two companies merged back in the 80s.
Hmm.
But that only lasted a summer.
Thank you, Kiss Off. Hold on,
Can I buy the cigarette?
Hmm?
Can I buy the
Oh yeah,
cigarette?
go ahead. I'm gonna turn up the microphone. Let's see. It's all right. No.
Tony stepped into a
Sure.
milk plant needing a job for a little while. Next thing you know, it was 20 years later.
Well, if anybody out there in this great United States of America needs a guy, a seamster that can sit down and sew just about anything and they're going to pay
All right.
well, that's me. That's me right here.
Is
Tell me
that
about it.
better? Is that better, Cheryl? Microphone level. Cheryl said, "Can you turn your mic up just a bit? Is that better for you?"
I hear you so loud. I don't know, man. I think they're messing with you.
Probably.
Oh,
Cheryl.
Tony, I might have been with my first trucking company for about that long if I didn't. Well, they did it for me because I just wanted to spend a year with them to get some experience and go on somewhere else. And yeah, like 8 years, 7 years later, it's like, I'm still here. Oh, automatic truck? No.
What's up, Cheryl?
Cheryl, is that better for you, Cheryl?
It's
Oh,
probably
it's on
my
her
TV.
end.
It might
Yeah,
be.
see, it's on-
I turned it up. I turned it up to 100, and my system automatically turned it down to like 70 because it's like you're too loud.
Sounds fine. It sounded like it went up so.
Yeah, well, Cheryl said she couldn't hear it, so I turned it up on the computer instead of the because
Her
it's all the
batteries
way
in her
up.
hearing aid might be getting low.
It might be.
You guys hear that wind going over the? You hear that
Yeah.
wind? It's like howling.
Yeah, it started. It started. I don't know if it's snowing or if it's because it was raining ice earlier, and now it's raining like not hail but sleet. I guess I don't know.
It's snowing. It's snowing
Yeah.
here. and
It's
a
not.
blowing.
It's not snowing. It's like it's sleet. That's what my Chaos said.
It was like 22
Oh,
below zero with the wind chill. It's got to be even colder now. It's probably close to 30 degrees below with the wind chill.
she said it's the Chaos said it's sleet and snow at the same time right now.
Oh,
So, yeah.
I heard Texas was expecting an ice storm or something. I saw on a news report earlier.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Well, that's
It's supposed to come
yeah.
rolling tomorrow. For
Yeah.
us,
They're
it's already hitting the northern parts.
yeah. You're gonna get what we're getting tonight, tomorrow. Is what you're getting.
Yeah, and it'll probably be some power outage because I'm sure there's going to be some limbs. Because if the rain and freezing, then what'll happen is the ice on the limbs, and then shit'll break, and it'll catch some of these rural lines that are going through the wood lines and stuff.
Watch out for exploding trees, y'all. You guys seeing this? There's like this trend going around. People warning people about exploding trees, and they show them blowing up like they're filled with gasoline, flames, and everything. In reality, it's been a thing all along. Whereas if the saps and moisture in a tree to freeze, it can violently break. All right, it's not going to work.
Off the camera.
Oh, I knew I was headed in the right direction today. So I had to come through the Virginias and everything. US 35 coming through Ohio and West Virginia, man. All the power line guys are heading the opposite direction. So, yep. So it's going to be fine up here.
Yep, that's a good sign to see right there, boy. I've seen those. They got regular convoys of linemen going in direction.
Dear God, I saw hundreds of them, like just going east 35 alone. I'm like, yep.
It's a group you sign up to that's on side of your job, and because that's all utility companies are part of that group.
Yeah.
So then employees, or like we're a co-op, so it's a little different, but they're all. It's almost like at the electric UN department. You know, it's like every company and every electrical provider provides people in the mix, depending on where it's at. We had guys here that went over to Puerto Rico when all that shit happened. That's a good trade. Always going to need electric. Always need electricians and somebody to do electrical work. HVAC and plumbing too. AI can't do those.
No.
Tony.
Oh, Buff, by the way, and Rescue. I started doing stuff on TikTok, and I went viral.
Not surprising.
I went viral.
You caught a virus off the internet?
What's up, Mr. Bullfrog?
No, I did a rendition of the Star Spangled Banner with Attitude, and it's already got it's close to 100,000 views already.
There you go.
And people have been tagging Donald Trump, JD Vance, White House. They've been begging for me to put it on Spotify. They've been saying that they want it to be played at the Super Bowl.
There you go.
Yeah.
Rescue Bullfrog. We're amongst a famous person.
Yeah. Bow down to me.
Well, I'm proud of Michael, but I have no problem saying it doesn't really. I'm sorry, but the opinion of TikTok does not.
Well, I'm just gonna say this, okay? Because the same video is posted on YouTube, and you remember how MySpace used to be a thing? TikTok is kind of like the Facebook to YouTube's MySpace.
All right, Mayhem. But one of my
Those were
YouTube,
words.
my nunchuck videos, one of my nunchuck videos got over 10,400 views in 2 hours time, and then ain't got
Yeah.
no more views since.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
it's weird to some of the
yeah.
stuff. Hell, I cut my thumb, and I think that was good for a couple thousand views. I can't remember
Yeah.
what. And I'm like, that's funny because say something legit, nobody gives a shit. Got some blood,
Right.
there's some violence, something. Okay, yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, I think I'll point out like I'll look. Hold on, let me pull up.
Well, that's
See
pretty
the
cool.
analytics.
I watch that Andrew Wilson sometimes, and he does this little TikTok invasion, and I gotta say,
Yeah.
some of those people are they're so it's so retarded over there
Yeah.
that I literally like he'll go to debate some, and it's so bad that he goes ahead and keeps going because it's almost like a sarcastic kind of like,
Mhm.
oh, wow, you're so stupid. I'm just
Oh, I love
gonna
I
play
love
around.
watching his
But
invasions.
some of them, man, the shit that comes out of their mouth, and it's just like, you are stupid as a brick. Oh my God. Are you shitting me?
My the one video that has the most views on my channel right now is like I thought there was one that had
Exactly.
more.
Jamal Merkel. That's that, man. People are, that's probably the biggest drug of all. People like to, they just, yeah. They can't wait to see the train wreck, or they can't wait to be in the train wreck.
My Soldier's Creed Motivation Monday is
think
the
I've
only
seen
one that has 1.7K views in two months.
All my views come in the first day, man. When I get a high volume view video, they all come in the same day, and then nobody looks at them ever again.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Day one, it had 1.7. It was at 1.7 views, and that was it. It was like,
well, that's because YouTube gives you the benefit of that initial upload day, and it just kind of throws you out there in the general mix, so you kind of get what you get, and then then the algorithms had time to scan.
Right.
So you get topics, see the content here, and then it can get categorized in the back end, and the next thing you know, all of a sudden nobody sees it. And it's like, well, that's weird. And most people see it. And it's because, well, you just got out the gate.
I still think, like 5 years ago or so, when we all came out and spoke our minds, that this platform said, "Oh shit," and put us all in a certain little box and keeps us. Like, only way I see people find us is if they're directed to us, if they're trolls, or, there's somebody we already know. I don't see, like back in the day, you'd get all kinds of new people showing up at live streams and stuff. Now it's all mostly people I know, all right? And it's they don't advertise us. We don't enter that algorithm where they put you up first to show people stuff. In fact, they kind of hide us, because I've been at a live, all right, left that live, went to go back, and I have to go to that person's page to find that live again. It's just not on my feed,
And Carl, you remember when you could go to somebody's live stream and just click on somebody else's channel name and just go over because you like what they're saying in the chat, and you're like, "Hey, I like
but you can do that if
you
you're
can't
a mod.
do that. You can't do
you can
that
only
now.
do it if you're a mod now. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Connie? Yeah, it's a lot's changed, and it all happened right around the time that we all got out here speaking up, man.
They're like, "No, we got to stop this. We got to stop this shit." But
my first 3 lives, Mayhem, my first 3 lives, they gave me strikes and took them down. I never got to see them again. All right.
Yeah. I'm like, I was telling Chaos, because Chaos introduced me to TikTok, and I was like, I want to, kind of do everything, all social media. She introduced me to TikTok. When that Star Spangled Banner with attitude took off, like, I was sitting at like 30 followers. I'm at like 1,200 followers and counting. And
I'm over 1,100 just recently.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is I know them all. You know, now they're showing me my subscribers. They never did that before. Have you ever gone to see that?
Yeah. You when you look at you look at different aspects of it, like when you go YouTube Studio, you look at it, you're showing more subscribers, more viewers, and all that. When you go to your actual channel on the computer, you're like, wait a minute, where'd all those views go? Where's all my
Peace out,
subscribers?
bullfrog.
Yeah. Stay safe for more bedtime for me. Roger that, sir.
Yeah.
Later, Mr. Bullfrog. Hey, y'all stay safe, stay
Bullfrog.
warm, keep your head on a swivel, and make it a good day. Even
Yeah.
during all the shit, just make it a good day. There's going to be something to laugh about, something to smile about. It's good to see
Right,
you.
Hey, talked to him in a long time.
Yeah. No, when I saw that name, I was like, that. I didn't know if that was the real Bullfrog or not. I
Right.
haven't seen Bullfrog in a while. It was so good
Hey,
to see
Bonnie.
you again, Bullfrog.
What's up, Bonnie? Well, I will say YouTube, you got to remember that. And so my take on things, I think people should remember. Let me rephrase all that. So in my take, people should probably try to remember YouTube as an organization. So then there's actually people spread throughout that company that have different roles in their job.
Mhm.
And if you with your political view, looking at that side, if you had access when you went and stumbled across this channel, and you had the control to do stuff to the channel or whatever, then you would probably exercise that thing. So that's what's gone down, because there's a lot of these, I won't even know, man. I don't know what you want to call these people, because like I said, it's not even political anymore, dude. Like there's just evil and good.
Mhm.
And there's just evil, because it's just the shit that they are willing to do, the stuff that comes out of their mouth, it just blows my mind. But anyway, but see, there's what you, and I'm just going to pick on you for a minute, Mike, just because I know you can handle it. But see, like having that video and then watching the views
Mhm.
and your followers climb, that has an internal fire trigger to it, to then we'll do another one. That's what I find the problem with all the, I don't know what the negative shit, because
Mhm.
it perpetuates that, and that's where I get the whole misery loves company kind of thing. It's like if you're positive, but if you're saying miserable everything is, then all of a sudden you're getting all the hell yes and stuff, and it's like, this is just so crazy and wild. I mean, it's like, how do you get motivated and stay focused on something positive if everything around you tells you it all sucks and it's useless?
Right. Yeah. No, I get it, man. It sucks, you know. And I think about that scene from Hacksaw Ridge. Remember? Have you guys seen that movie? You have. You probably have. You remember when he says, "With the world so set on tearing itself apart, I don't find it such a bad thing for me to want to put a little bit of it back together."
Right.
You know, I don't remember it. It's good. I like it.
Yeah, and that's what it is, man. It's like YouTube. You could be like, I know Rescue is every day positive. But I know also Rescue gets emails all the time like, oh, you shouldn't do this. Oh, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do this. You should shut the fuck up, people. Stop telling him what he should do. He does whatever he wants to, you know. But then you get the, I'm not going to name any names, but we all know who I'm probably talking about. You know, you get the people that are like all up in the camera screaming, saying, fuck you, fuck off, do this, do that, you know. They get lots of views because they're negative all the time. And it's like, and it makes me feel bad too.
Right here.
Dude, it trips me out. We live in a country, but people are, it's like what they're totally cool with hearing is how bad your country is. It's like, wait a minute.
Doom and gloom, man, everywhere I look. What's up, Sherry? I was kind of amazed here the last few years, Mayhem. I scroll through my feed and it's like it's constant misery and like doom and gloom and mushroom clouds and World War III and the apocalypse and
Yeah.
this person died and that person died and this person's dying, and it's like there's just, you gotta, like he says, make it a good day. You have to make it a good day, man. You got to go out there and find some positivity in this world, because it ain't gonna come to you.
Right. Well, Carl, I was telling Rescue not long ago, like, I don't mind if you sit up on one of these panels and you're bitching about this and bitching about that. But if you're going to bitch about it, can we at least talk about some possible solutions to solving
Oh, how
that
dare
problem?
you? How dare you?
Right? How dare I ask for solutions? How can we come together as we the people and fix this fucking problem? We can't do that. We'd rather bitch about it. It's like a big Zoom call talking about bitch this, bitch that. And then it's like, you're not doing anything, but you're bitching about it. You're no better than the people that are doing this.
Later, Junior, y'all stay warm, stay safe up there.
Woo-hoo.
That's the people that sit there and watch the campfire just go out, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know I had this.
Oh. Got sound effect.
Little gasp.
And Bonnie said, I am positive it's getting colder than ice.
Well,
Hey,
just so you know, Bonnie, you got people like Canadian that's at a -40 and stuff. So I'm just going to say it's not always as dark as you think it is. Somebody's always got it worse.
I think
Well, he's
so
got it
too.
for me about 10 degrees.
Right, Moonchild? That's what I'm worried about.
We are Moonchild. I will, but the thing is,
I don't think you want to listen to the Canadian about snow. I've seen his comments. I think he's kind of disgruntled about snow.
well, just a little heads up to everybody. Be prepared for ice to be in your neighborhood.
They already are. I'm hearing about people.
What kind of ice I'm talking about? That's all up to y'all.
we had, you know what? That down in the town there's a Mexican restaurant, and there was people around here that got all butt hurt because they went in there and they snatched the dude up, and I like I said to them was, hey, I'm sorry, dude. Here's how this works. It's like people that break the law. Once you decided to break that law, you now know that you're a criminal just waiting to be found because you broke a law, and so there's somebody or people looking for you. Okay, so if you're an illegal alien that came from another country, in which I found this interesting, and I found this out and thought, I'll be damned. So they have actually alerted all these people that had gotten the CBP program in the phone. They alerted them all that you need to get out. You need to self-deport.
Yeah.
And so they've actually been broadcasting, and that's how they find these people, because they can track that phone that they still got. But it's, dude, you break the law, and this whole big gray area that gets put into, well, this, that, it doesn't make a shit. It's a Pilgrim 420.
Well,
what's up,
law. You come in my door, you might be starving to death, and I feel for you. You kick open my door and plop your ass on my sofa.
Yeah.
There's consequences to that decision.
You're getting the fuck out. You're getting the fuck out.
You come in the country, even if you were bumfuzzled thinking it was, we were told it was cool. That's okay. You've been a year told you it wasn't cool. So you should have for the last year been making means. You were even getting paid and a free ticket. And then you would be able to get in line the right way. You chose not to even do that. So I don't give a shit.
Well, you know what really pisses me off is the fact that there are people that are comparing. There's no comparison whatsoever. There's no similarities whatsoever to Anne Frank and the Nazi Party in Germany in 1940. People,
dude,
okay, that is the stupidest thing and they keep perpetuating it over and over. And listen, like here's the thing that most people don't know about history. Okay, in 1940 Germany, the Nazi Party adopted democratic policies, Jim Crow policies, to do that to the Jews.
Well, you can't
Democrats.
associate this even remotely in the same category, just simply for the fact that the only reason ICE is in the neighborhoods is because they're letting them out of those jails, and they won't let ICE into the jails to arrest them there.
Right.
So many of these people were in there, and I forgot. I think it's been up to like 1,400 that they've let out of the jails, knowing that they're wanted for. And so,
Right.
I got a question.
Street.
I got a question.
To go and address why are you letting them out onto the street? I
Right.
personally think the victims of these other things that have gone down at the hands of the illegals, they ought to be suing the state because the state is not letting the law be applied. Because that's where it gets down to hell with your feelings. Don't give a shit about the emotions. The law says you're illegal and that there is you got to go.
Did you see
What happens to an American who's found in a country illegally?
Oh, they get
What
deported. They get
what
The country you go break into, you might make it out, you might not, but your ass ain't gonna stay. And you demo ain't gonna tell them how to change things in their country.
Yeah, no, hell no. Did you see that video of the Hispanic ICE agent that was confronting the protesters that said you were honking and disturbing the peace, and you're defending a child sex predator?
Yep.
Have you seen that? And he's like, he drives away and he's like, ridiculous. This is what these people are defending, and they think it's like, oh, ICE is just coming into these neighborhoods and just kidnapping these people that have lived here for 20 years. They've done nothing wrong. No, you don't know the backstory behind it. And they're defending these people. And I think more ICE agents need to do that. Just let them know, hey, you're actually defending a child rapist. Do you know that you're actually...
Battlefield. They don't care.
Nope.
They are too busy being brainwashed by who needs to be held accountable the most, the left-wing media and Democrat politicians, these Congress people.
Well, that's their voters.
Keep spreading this crap.
Well, I'm saying...
How did we get here?
I'm just saying...
man?
I'm saying,
Wait a minute.
if these ICE agents started letting them know what the crimes were while they're filming them, I think that's going to make them look a lot more stupider, and they'll be like, maybe.
Well, I think they're going to start coming up with that. They're starting to do the Grady Judd type thing. It looks like they're going to start going all the
America's sheriff.
Start doing the photo stuff.
Right.
How did we get to this
some of these people
point?
that had the deportation orders for the last 4 years, 6 years,
Right.
8 years, they just lived in the sanctuary city, so nobody ever called them out.
Right.
That right there. When you declare yourself a sanctuary city, you are harboring fugitives, criminals. Cut your federal funding.
Yeah.
Any federal funding.
Well,
Nope.
I mean,
But
even
what's this
worse
all
than
about,
that.
man? Listen, there's all kinds of craziness like this. They've been doing all kinds of weird shit. You guys all seen it. We know it's happening. But what is the cause of it? How did we get to this point? And that's what I'm thinking about mostly.
Media.
Is like,
Media.
well, no, I mean, no, more. This is
It
what I'm
goes
saying.
deeper than that, though.
We are the last bastion of freedom I just said this on somebody else's panel. We are the last bastion of freedom on this earth. Even though you don't feel free, we really ain't as free as we should be. We're still the freest there is. And it's like there's been this effort to topple us for a long time. All right, the communists, they told us the playbook. They told us what they were going to do. But it's not just that. This is such a complicated thing. We've got all these enemies all over the globe that have probably bought out our politicians. We've got corrupt politicians that are doing their thing for themselves and making money. And then we've got these idiots that just follow the trend, all right? And then you've got these paid agitators and all this stuff going on. But it's, how did we get here? These people have sold us out. They're traitors. They fooled us. They deceived us. This is so convoluted. It's like that famous saying, "Oh, what a wicked web we weave when we practice to deceive." And it's,
Well,
they're trying to take us out, man. They tried to take us out,
Carl.
and they're still trying to take us out.
Carl. Okay, so what do we do about it? What's our
Well,
solution, bro?
So what I mean, we are doing something. Just speaking about it is doing something about it. But we have other a lot of people do other things.
Right.
Voting that matters.
Your representative to get the SAFE Act passed so that then
There
there's
you go.
voter ID.
Right.
That all of a sudden starts cleaning up
Mhm.
some of the votes.
Well,
That you start actually trying to elect somebody that actually has kind of moral and value connection to you that you can actually connect with and bullshit you and feed you a line of shit. Then when
Right, but back to what you were saying, Rusty.
up there, all of a sudden you start changing the legislative process that the
Dude.
country has been done. And believe it or not, this is the hard part that nobody really wants to actually look at. And you can listen to Hillsdale, that Larry does a good explanation. Our founding fathers actually set the system up to do this. Yes, it's going to get bad, but it hasn't toppled over, and they've created that. The way it's laid out is for that reason. That's why shit doesn't happen instantaneous.
Right.
No, but I think you're right, like what you said
I
earlier.
can answer for J6. Well, just as much as you want that, the other side wants to total topple the country. So that's why there's a buffer that things take time.
Right.
Earlier, you mentioned that you think that we're headed in a different direction, a better direction. And I have to agree with that because there's things that have happened in the last 9 years alone that, like, they never even used to admit there was a deep state. Now it's a common phrase that everybody accepts that it's real. All right. And it's like what you were saying. I think we are changing to the better. It's just, very painfully slow. And, I think more people are awake than they allow us to know is all.
Well, if you've been out of shape for, say, 30, 40 years, if you've been out of shape, everything's out of whack, all your levels, your weight, everything, cholesterol's all in. And then you decide that you're going to go get in shape. Do you just all of a sudden you're 100% within the first week or something? Or does that take a little bit? Do you ever feel like shit when you first start working out? It's like every muscle's sore. I don't think I even want to do this tomorrow. This is bullshit. What am I doing this for? So if you think of that mindset, that's the country. The country is very spoiled and lazy. My God, we got people delivering our flipping ass groceries. So not only did we cut out growing them ourselves, but we have literally become to the part to where we're just going to punch on a little screen and somebody's going to bring you your food. So that you don't recover from that overnight. And so that's why my biggest concern is I look at the groundwork for my grandson, because that's why and I just don't know how to put this. So, just don't get butthurt. This is my thoughts. Don't even know it connects to anybody, but that's my biggest concern is what is society going to look like for him? And because if you just sit here and all I do is bitch about how bad things are, nothing's happening, then that means I'm not trying to think of a way to make it a better place for him. I mean, it's not fixing every problem, and I don't covet that aspect, but there's somehow it's like, okay, so we are going into the AI world. I'm not freaking out or tripping out over that. What I am going to do then is I want him to get mechanical skills, hands-on skills, HVAC, electrical, something like that. And then that way he doesn't just sit with a victimization kind of mentality going, oh, what am I going to do? Oh, what am I going to do? I want him to feel
give him an erector set
his way. He can get what he works for, because you get out what you put in.
You're going to get him an erector set.
Oh man, yeah. I've been printing him out things where he can assemble stuff, and I'm just waiting for him to get a little bit bigger. He's got his tractor with his trailer.
Hey, look, there's kids I know I care about, and I don't really have much skin in the game, but I still want to see this country improve, even if I'm not going to be in it.
Bonnie, so there is no way for us to fight for our country. See, I
No,
don't, I like that. I don't
she's
even, I
answering
can't get
GMA.
around
Disagree.
No, she's answering GMA. Scrapper said in there, some things that we're on this cycle that you can't stop, and I'm not so sure of that because we're in uncharted territory. It's a this is we ain't never experienced nothing like this in history. This is different.
Well, it's similar to the past as far as industrial age kind of stuff because then we got tractors came on, conveyor lines for processing. Things came onto the agricultural world that was new. Well, this is kind of this way. We're in a digital age. This is an electronic age now, and AI is just another step. I understand if people are you could have seen this coming 20 years ago because it's just the way computer programming and everything was going. I mean, so this is just another age, but once again, it's going to be the people that participate in it is what's going to lay the groundwork for the next generation. So fine, now we're here. Well, that's why, and what scares me the most is, and I know I don't listen to millions and millions of people, so it's not, I don't know. What worries me is the whole your vote shit doesn't matter, and that just, man, because it doesn't solve all the problems, but the more the people participate, it will. Because that's what, and like I said, to me, it's this simple. Why do they just broke the Constitution to steal it. So, I mean, they literally went to the extreme of all extremes. I mean, we literally had pizza boxes on windows. They literally denied camera footages. Judges literally sat on top of the legal system. Our Supreme Court even got so nervous about it. They're like, oh, we ain't got nothing to do with this because it was just so like, holy shit, did they just do that? They did it. And so it's like, well, that's shit, man. If they got it to that far, because that's why they don't want these people deported. That's these local voting bases. See, that's where like California can make a screwed up state, but they can't the whole country because those illegals can vote in that city election. They can't vote in the federal, but they can put this batch. They can have a city flip over and have Arabic signs on the road and sit on their police force patches. Why? Because somehow that city or state has passed local laws that allow illegal people to vote or how they vote. So people need to stand up for that. That is,
well, it's population. You bring more of these people in, and and you get them so populated in a certain area, you get more representatives.
Yep.
And yeah, you can swing a county district from red to blue. It's just ridiculous.
well, you can create a state that steals over $9 billion of taxpayer.
Rescue, I got to jump down,
deja
brother.
vu.
Thank you for having me up here. My battery is getting low, and I'm going to jump down now, charge up, and try to jump in the chat, man. I love y'all. I'll see y'all somewhere soon.
Later, Carl. Stay warm. Stay safe.
Warm. Yeah, it's like
Gotta do
negative
it.
something out here right now. I forget what.
That's why I say when you look at some of these areas and then you see it, and I mean, I get it. There's all kinds of other rabbit holes, as we can say, to go down, but just on the general gist, if you replace a population or flood it into an area, it's like where I'm at. My county is 50,000 people big in the county itself. So I mean, they have flown more than 30,000 people into one area before. So when they do that then changes the dynamic. So we literally could go from, if people did not pay attention around here, and all of a sudden you had this big influx and nobody paid attention to the voting and they just took anybody that voted, all of a sudden the whole dynamics of my county would flip because they would just, the numbers would say no, this, even though they're not even legal votes. So that's why it's important to focus and raise hell about that. And people don't think phone calls matter, but I think that having that ring off the wall, I've heard representatives tell people during interviews that, oh, it matters, that they've been on the floor debating something and have their assistants come down going, we have just got 1,000 phone calls on this right here. And, does it always change something? Probably not until now. Now we would have a bigger impact because the more they know people are paying attention, because that's what they worry about.
Yeah.
I mean, our crooked Republican side uses the turmoil that the other side's creating to ride roughshod on too. So it's kind of like, oh, we're just go along with it. Pretty much, Bonnie. It's damn near taken over. I mean, hell. And there's a small minority of the public over there in Liberty that doesn't like what's going down. But I start to wonder now, well, what's their talk been like? Has their talk around there for the last 10 years been how, it's like whatever? Or are they having their wake-up moment?
Right.
You realize that you didn't pay attention, and all of a sudden, look what just got built down the road from you, and oh my God, they now outvote your happy asses and can change your area.
Right.
They had to build like 3 schools over there just to house the illegals' kids that were coming in. The school district couldn't handle it. The hospital. And of course, cartel money just comes pouring in, going, "Hey, we'll build you a hospital. We'll build you some schools."
Yeah.
But it's okay because Abbott's working on that, and I'm waiting on Paxton to drop the hammer on that place.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, I missed all that. Rescue. Say it all again. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, and it's so wild because it's like, I got to say, that's probably the one thing that I still say to this day from the day I came on the YouTube streets, as they put it, that I still repeat to this day that gets the same response. People just,
no.
Don't matter. You can't vote your way out. And it's like, so you mean to tell me we've been here before and 85 million people all voted in one direction and it didn't change nothing?
Right.
I don't remember that happening. Can you point that out in history? Because the last time I've seen mass numbers show up for an election, it kind of changed the election.
Yeah.
It changed it to where the next time they even had to make up shit. Like, oh my God, you only have 1.5 million people that live in that area. Well, you now have 3.5 million people because we need that many more votes. It's like,
and that's what I love about you, Rescue. Like I was there from the beginning, and you haven't changed. And unfortunately, I have actually witnessed, and I hate to say it, but I've witnessed people come on here on your own panel and agree with you wholeheartedly on your panel, and then go to their own panel, their own live stream, and say something totally fucking different.
oh yeah.
And it's, and I'm like, you and I have talked behind the scenes before. Like, we say the same thing, you and I.
What's up, sure?
We've said for the longest time, vote locally, and locally is going to eventually affect your federal, because you can't always control the federal, but you can control the locally, and be a pain in the ass to your local representatives. And people are like, oh, that doesn't work. Phone calls, emails, they don't work. They give you a generic email. Well, you know what? If you do one email, you're going to get that generic email. But if you do one email every single day for however long it takes, you're finally going to get that one email that's like, would you please shut the fuck up? Yes, I get it. You want me to do this? I will do this.
It's focusing on your local area, right outside your front door. It's like if you start to participate, then you have a say over the school district. So that material, so you can actually have a voice towards that. You can bring other people's awareness, and then now you have a more of a bigger voice. The way your regulations, how many people bitch about HOAs? You got restrictions that you can't build this or you can't build that, or it has to. That's because of all the little restrictions and legislative stuff that they pass in your area. So participate in that area, and it changes the dynamics.
Right.
I foresee, like in a city, If you could start making it a campaign to bring awareness to people and start segregating out those districts where those council members come from, and you started kind of directing, because see, that's what you got to fight against is the money, because everybody zooms into the three main broadcasting networks. So whoever can afford all that commercials is going to get their common name thrown out. So you got to do, but that's the active American citizen. That's the active participation. We're that bad that it now would take boots on the ground effort to bring awareness. Well, then you start changing those council members, because you have those districts focus on doing that. And all of a sudden, then the rules can change, all these regulations. And it just happened. And I'm not saying it's a fast solution, but we're not overnight either. We're 250 years in the making.
Well, here's another thing too. Like Buff brought this up earlier, and I know most people don't know this. And I've talked to you, and I've talked to Buff about this. I've lived in this county that I live in for 12 years. You know, nobody knows me around here, right? And I thought about running for sheriff, but I was like, nobody knows me around here. If you do your research and you actually look into local stuff, I'm actually getting involved locally. And Buff actually said it earlier. I am running for constable this year, right? And those that don't know what a constable is, it is the elected law enforcement. Now they do a little
liquor.
Yeah. It is the law enforcement that is elected. It's not a sheriff, but they work for the county. They work for their township. Now there's two different types of township here in my county. There is the Ouachita Mountain and Cedar Creek Township, and then there's the there's the Mountain Township and the Ouachita Township.
I live in Texas. He lives in Arkansas.
Yeah, I live in Arkansas. And then the one I'm running for is known as the Freedom and Cedar Township, and that is the southern part of the county. Now, they are local, they are law enforcement that is elected, kind of like a sheriff, but they do a lot of subpoenas, they do a lot of evictions and stuff. They work for the courts, but they also have the limited power of law enforcement. Now you start there, then you work your way up to sheriff if you want to, because once you get elected there, you get to be known. Once you do sheriff and you get elected there, then you work your way up to mayor, right? Get involved. If there are jobs that you can run for right now, if you don't like what is going on in your local area, like Rescue was saying, get involved. There is city council, there's tax assessors, there's county judges. You get elected into those. If you want to make a change in your own township, run or vote, either one, and then you could work your way up. Because what happens federally, you really have, I mean, I can't say you don't have control over it, but you have less control over it than you do your local.
Well, yeah, because you got 400 and something representatives. So you kind of got to wait for other people to get their head out of their ass and kind of get their area under control, and then start to focus on the dipshit that they're sending up there to Washington. And then
you were close, Bonnie. It's CONSTABLE, constable. But you're good. Yeah, you got commission. You got commissioner, you got treasurer, you got all different kinds of jobs, guys. If you don't like what's going on locally, there's so many jobs. All you have to do is go to your county clerk, right? And you find out what jobs are available that you can get elected for. So,
well, depending on your...
Take me back to Constantinople. No, you can't go back to Constantinople. Been a long time gone. Constantinople. When Constantinople got to work. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
But
like, you know, like here in Texas, you actually vote in your tax appraiser. So
Yeah.
you have your property.
That's what we have too.
Voted. You get
Yeah.
now some states
Your
because
coroner.
the devil
Did
dog.
that-
I found out. I think it's Michigan. They don't. It gets appointed. But
Yeah. Some states, your coroner, or some counties, your coroner gets elected.
and see, in those
Your-
elected positions,
What?
yeah, your coroner.
So I
that's
can
the
become
power.
coroner with no experience, just influence? What the fuck?
No, I wouldn't. I
Somebody-
wouldn't arrest you guys as long as you guys are like, "Hey, I'm in town, mayhem. Don't arrest me." I'll be like, "All right."
Oh, y'all going to jail.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I'm just lying. Buff's right. I'm gonna fuck y'all up. Y'all are going to go to jail.
Stay out of my township with that nonsense.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, all it takes is a simple Google search of whatever county you are in, and be careful because there's so many counties. I'll tell you what county I live in. I live in Polk County. If you look up Polk County, there is so many different counties. There's a Polk County in Florida. There's a Polk County in, I think there's one in Georgia, isn't there, Buff?
yeah, we
A
got
Polk
one.
County. Yeah, there's a Polk County in every single state, I think. So you have to put like Polk County or whatever county your state, and it will bring it up, and it will give you a list of jobs you can actually run for. And like constable is the easiest because there is no fee, unlike all the other positions. And most of the time, there's like older guys that do the constable because younger guys don't know about this. But yeah. So yeah, school board, Bonnie. Yeah. Oh, you don't have a coroner? Oh, okay. Some places don't have coroners, but just look it up. But and then like my idea is what I'm doing is I'm gonna go door to door in my township with a legal pad because nobody knows me. And I know that most of the time people don't vote for people they don't know.
Oh, kiss off? No, I'm not going down with you. I'm a sworn in sheriff's deputy in Clayton County, Georgia. I got a badge. I'll arrest his ass.
And
I'm
he tries to arrest me.
Buford T. Justice, Texas.
He tries to arrest me in my county. I'll be like, wrong fucking jurisdiction, motherfucker.
Then I'm going down.
But yeah, there's so many opportunities. Like, and this is what I think that extends further into what Rescue says about being involved locally, because yeah, you can vote locally, but a lot of people can get involved locally.
Yeah.
And we got computers in our hands right now. Simple Google search. I have learned the rules and regulations of constable in Arkansas, which sucks because if you get elected, they don't give you a patrol car. They don't give you a uniform. You have to buy all that shit yourself. So
Yep.
I've met some constables in Texas, and I think it's the same thing in Texas. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, you get your own stuff.
Yeah,
Now,
you get your own stuff.
Your area, well, you can raise money.
Right. Right. But yeah, you have to actually look at the rules and regulations, because we have a constable that got in big trouble, and I told you about that. Did I send you the video of that, Buff?
Which one?
The one of our township constable that got in trouble for trying to stop somebody for running a stop sign. Did I send you that
think
video?
I think you did. I think we reviewed it.
Yeah. Wasn't it great? Wasn't it great?
Yeah, that dude had a lot of nerve. And I was like, I don't blame the person who's pulling over. It was like, this dude's
Yeah.
just got some truck with a light on it. It was like, what is this? I was like,
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Which is totally wrong. He was supposed to have the 6-point star somewhere on his truck. You know, he didn't have that. He didn't have constable on his truck. He just had a blue light that he bought from Amazon. That little tiny blue light that was like that big.
That's where it brings out all the little woo-woo lights.
Yeah.
You go to galls.com. Look at me. I got woo-woo lights now. I'm so excited.
Yeah. But if he had actually paid attention, he would have not had that he wouldn't have that problem at all.
That's sad because I got a wonderful set of bars for my pickup truck. I mean, I can't use them, but I use them for my videos. But they work perfectly in my truck inside, and they're straight up. It's just like you just got this tiny little fucking Mayberry Andy Griffith damn little blue light. Like, what is it?
You got the Andy Griffin blue light, and you only have one bullet in your pew pew, right?
he got that naked gun. You just reach out and slap it on the roof. Like, I'm not pulling over for you. Get out of here.
I don't think ours supposed to hit until tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. And then it's only going to be a day or two.
Oh. It's just a day or two, and you'll probably warm up quick enough. Right?
No, it'll stay cool. But it'll get above freezing. It's supposed to be anyway,
Yeah.
so who knows? That's just what they say now.
Yeah. Bonnie, Bonnie, you know what? Just for that comment, I don't have anything legal on my vehicle to travel. Don't look. I'm just gonna put you in handcuffs, just because. If I get elected. Yeah, go with the soft sin. Yeah, because I'm gonna have that dash cam, or I'm gonna have that dash cam video and that body cam video, and guess what? I'm gonna send it to Buff, and we're gonna have him review it.
You'll be on the next version of Frank's Fridays. Sovereign citizens crack me up, dude. The shit.
Oh, dude, they do.
Oh,
See, that's one more thing. You watch this and you go, how did your brain get disconnected, man?
Right.
I think it's a mental illness.
I think so too. It really is to me.
I've been studying these freaks for the past 3 or so years now. It's like, I just see mental illness. They got you.
Really is in the water.
There's a good percentage of them, but then you got your group that they know they messed up so much. It was like, well, how can I get around driving without with my suspended license? How can I get around this? And they find the crap on the internet. Like, oh, just send me, $300, $500. I'll send you all this paperwork. You just showed it to the cop, and here's a script. Well, oh, this will work, and it doesn't. It never does. It just
They don't have to obey the laws of the country, but then they want to tell them how you need to follow your constitutional oath, and it's like, well, wait a minute. We either have the country or we don't. You got to make up your mind here. Oh, and by the way, Skeptic, he's progressed from pumpkin latte now. He is up to banana pudding, Old Smokies.
I've seen one.
He got with a woman. He got to real liquor now.
I've seen one soft sit win. Only one. This black girl, she pulled the stuff. It was a Zoom court case. The only reason she kind of won is because the cop didn't show up for court. So they dismissed it.
Right. Oh.
That's it. That's the only one I've seen.
I love it when they get pulled over by the cops and you can tell that they're a soft Sid, because they always refer to the Articles of Confederation.
A good number of them do.
Yeah, a good number of them. Like
You know,
I know you probably know this one, but remember the video buff of the boyfriend that was pulled over and the girlfriend in the passenger seat was like, according to the Articles of Confederation, and like her voice was like so like,
oh yeah, that girl.
yeah,
Yeah, I had trouble getting her out. Yeah,
yeah,
she was
yeah.
recording. Yeah, I remember.
Dude, I actually found the video of a of who was it? Slightly Offensive was in California for a LGBTQ parade or pride parade or whatever it was. And I heard that voice again and I was like, holy shit, that's that woman from that video. I found it. I have to find it and I have to send that to you and you do a side by side comparison and you tell me if that's the woman.
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
I've seen a few of them, or a handful of them that pop up in other videos. Like, oh, you again? Really?
Yeah. How the fuck is she all over the place?
They record the stuff themselves or whatever and keep posting it. And our good friends at Radical, Van Bally, and Teamscape, they keep finding them. And it's like, hey, look who it is again. It's like, oh, Bama Mike. Shout out to him too. Jeez, they keep finding them.
Yeah.
Like, look who it is again.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, I it's so weird that they always refer, not all of them, but majority of them refer to the Articles of Confederation, and it's like you do realize that was before the Constitution was ratified, right?
What about the ones that refer to the Declaration of Independence? It's just like, what are you talking about right now, dude? Oh my god!
It just makes no sense to me, dude. You get in a motor vehicle and somehow you can just do whatever you want, wherever you want, when you want.
Right.
Like, how did this happen? You're like still on an LSD trip or something. Like this is
you don't understand, Rescue. They are driving in the private capacity of their private personal vehicle. Whatever that's supposed to mean, but okay.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah, they had the goals. They had the goals that actually refer to the Articles of the Confederation or the Declaration of Independence, but then they get on to the officer, like you said, about not upholding their oath to the Constitution. It's like, which one is it?
I've only encountered one personally in my life, and they threw that at me. It's just like, I'm going to exercise my constitutionally protected rights. I'm like, hold on. You just said you're not an American citizen, so the Constitution does not apply to you. How does that work? I reserve my Fifth Amendment. Okay. Okay, I'll let the sergeant talk to you.
No, Bonnie, they say it. They say commercial. They're just.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're saying that as in like you're trying to validate it, or if you're saying it that's what they say. But yeah, that's some of the goofy shit though. Is oh no, it's only if it's commercial. It's like no, your vehicle is on the road. You know that there was a time in our history when we had these things called fucking moonshiners and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you know why that was a big deal? It's because if you could make it to a county line, you could get away. And the reason why that's because states have laws and states are independent and OMG. And so when the state says that your shit needs to be registered, it needs to be registered. It is what it is. If it says you need life insurance or whatever, it is what it is. If you don't like that, then you change the law. But this whole out of nowhere, all of a sudden, no, I don't have to do this. See, once again, I'm not down with that at all because your ass is putting my family at risk. Because when your uninsured, unregistered, unlicensed fucking vehicle plows into the missus with my grandson in it, then you just ruined all our lives. Even if they survive, you've ruined everybody's life because of the financial impact that it would have. So that's,
Yeah.
matter of fact, I personally think that one of the things, if we're going to mandate insurance, I do not understand the minimum liability, because the last time I checked, it was like $10,000 minimum liability. And I'm like, do understand that that is like a life flight at a minimum?
Right.
So
Right.
there you go. You had insurance to
Oh,
pay for
that's
a life. The rest of your $250,000 medical bills, you're shit out
That's
of luck. I don't know.
yeah. That's almost like an ambulance ride, almost, because I think it's ambulance are like what, between $5,000 and
Well,
$6,000.
depending on the
Something like
distance,
that.
yeah. Depending on
Yeah.
where it happens, and where the
Yeah.
So see, babe, it's gone. So,
Right.
but this whole no, I don't have to have my vehicle licensed. I don't have to have
Mhm.
insurance on my vehicle. I don't have to. I don't have to have a competent driver's license to say that I'm educated. Which I wish we would uphold that more often. But
Well, you know,
we got here because I mean, I'm sorry. You look back at it. Where did that come from? Because that's not the norm. I know not in my life. Never in my life have I
Right.
heard that up until the last few years of being on YouTube. Now all of a sudden this is a thing.
well, one thing I actually do is a lot of people don't know this, Rescue, and I'm probably going to teach this to a lot of people. Buff probably knows this. You probably know this, but I would not license or I would not insure your vehicle. I would insure your license, because then that way, whatever vehicle you are in is insured. And there's ways to do it. Each state is going to be different, but I am in Arkansas. I am licensed, or I am insured on my license, so I'm covered no matter what vehicle I am in.
I don't know about that one.
No, you don't know about that one?
That vehicle has to have physical insurance. I guess it depends on where you are. You know, I state to states. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know every state.
Well, see, that's one of those things. That's where it's like, okay,
Oh,
right
yeah.
off the top of the thing to say that, yeah, that's a good idea. Everybody just needs to get their personal insurance, and no matter what vehicle you get into, it's covered. Here's the hidden Pandora box to it is
Right.
you now have a universal database.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so you have that, and so it's there. See, these are the decisions we've been making over the last 250 years. This is how we got where we are. So sometimes you got to be willing. I personally think we need to focus on getting people to pull their head out of their ass and be more solid people like we used to have. Like the parents actually are parenting, and we're getting back to basic learning skills. You know, reading, writing, arithmetic, basic history. You know, teach a moral compass at a youth
Right.
age. You let that generation then grow up, and now they are getting married couples, and then they're setting that's in. We're starting to push the pendulum back
Yeah.
to the what would be laughed at as the norm.
Right.
But the
Make-
norm worked for 250 years and got us this far.
Make belt whoopings great again.
Yeah.
Right? You know,
I
that's
Yeah.
I
There's
got
gotta be-
beat
see,
like
that's
a
there is a
runaway
basic-
slave as a kid. I ain't
A
never been to
basic-
prison.
lesson to that
Mm.
is because you're
Invest in
teaching
that,
a
that's-
child that there's consequences. And so they have to learn that. And that's our problem with this whole, oh, well, that's so rough. You know, you shouldn't abuse them like that. God, that's beating a child. No. It's discipline, and it teaches them that there's consequences to decisions. And so that they learn that decision making process early, and they can then start developing. The problem is you end up with all these coddled people that then get churned loose onto society, and they come out in the world and they realize that the shit does not revolve around your happy ass. They
Right.
lie to you. That most people don't give a shit about how you feel, and ain't nobody coming to save your happy ass. And so what you end up with, because we have a digital age and everybody does have a phone, so you end up with the Instagrams, the TikToks, the Kicks, the Twitches, the X's, the YouTubes, the Rumbles, because now they've got a way to voice out their little petty bitch.
Yes.
And somewhere along the world, there's going to be, you know, at least 20 people or 200 or 2,000 that all will agree with them, and all of a sudden they're validated.
Yeah.
Yes. I
Spoiled kids.
strongly stand on the principle that the inception of social media, the MySpaces, Facebooks, all that, TikTok, is pretty much was the beginning of the downfall of society as we know it. Because everybody has a voice now and thinks that everybody wants to hear him, and you got a good group out there that's listening to them and agreeing. Flat earthers, that's just an example.
Yeah.
But
Oh, you're going trigger rescue, man. You said flat earthers. I'm
you're
just
not a
kidding.
flat earther, are you?
No.
That's one of those things, man. I could gladly participate in a conversation about that if there was facts to it instead of just saying how wrong the other shit is. It's like, explain how that justifies it. Like, is there scientific shit that's been done and prove, not just there's a dude that debunked their shit. That doesn't count.
Right.
And so that's why I just can't do that. That's the same thing with the moon shit. It's like, whatever, man. You know,
I've engaged with several on YouTube on their panels, and it's just the same thing over and over and over. It's just like, well, you know, all those pictures are fake from NASA. They faked all this. These fuckers go as low to say that the crew on the Challenger
oh, that's fake. Yeah, that was fake.
was fake. They're all living lives in plain
Well,
sight.
they flat out
Still
ignored-
using their same name?
Names, yeah.
That's not how you fake
or
your
the
death.
other countries that are actually participating in their own space program. So somehow NASA, our number one nemesis, China, that has a space program, but somehow they're willing to keep all those old secrets from back in the day. You know, it's like before they were even in the space program and we did that.
Yeah, we're all working together with our enemies. Russia,
And see,
China.
what bothers
Russia has
me
a space program.
is the big view of that is the thinking and the lack thereof that got that. Hold on a second. I guess Michael's jamming.
Oh, sorry. No.
But it's the lack of even willing to think of maybe that is irrational, you know, and that's what it's like. Well, how do you can't fix that, you know, you can't fix it.
I asked one fucker to provide me. I was like, well, dude, provide me one. You know, you see all the photos from space, the Apollo 17s, the ISS, all the pictures of the Earth from their orbit
All
of the
fake.
Earth are CGI. I was like, okay, so where's one picture from space of this flat Earth? And they just say, oh, well, the space is fake. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. It's just, there's no talking to you people. I was like, where does your flat Earth sit then?
Well, where's one from just okay? So you can't pass the firmament because apparently we don't pass the firmament because no rocket's really ever been. That's all a lie. Okay, how about just a picture from up that high that explains how this? How about? I mean, if you're saying that there's a wall and it's right over there, how come nobody's ever been over there?
Oh no, there's a worldwide organized militaristic effort to keep people from going near Antarctica. According to the Antarctic Treaty, you cannot go to Antarctica, even though you can. I can book a flight to Antarctica right now.
Right.
That's not
like
what
that.
the treaty says.
And
These
dude, it's like,
people
look at them people.
never
Them
read
people
it.
went up there and spent tens of thousands of dollars to go up there and set up cameras to camera the camera to camera so that it's like, there you go. And yet, nope, that was all fake. It's like there's nothing you can do. All right,
Oh,
Rabbit.
you talking about the final experiment?
Yeah, is that the one where they all went into a big group?
I
went up
forget. They want to show the I can't remember the guy's name, but he's a preacher. Has a great congregation, and he invited like however many flat earthers and however many round earthers, free trip to Antarctica to record the 24-hour sun.
Yeah.
And one guy, Jaron of Jaronism, he's a strong flat earther. He was the one that provided that footage. Where he had that rotating camera that just tracked the sun. He locked it on the sun, and it tracked the light, and had another camera recording it. And it was him and like two or three of his guys.
One sec, Buff. Hey, Rabbit, stick around for just a minute because I got a question for you. Or email me You were asking me about some of the shell deals, the cases. Email me on the size and how many you would want of each. Roger that. I hope I caught you in time. Okay, go ahead, Buff.
But yeah, he recorded it. It was like a 36-hour live stream, uninterrupted, and yeah, they couldn't accept it. It was like, oh well, they went as some of them went as far as to say that they rented out the globe thing, that the ball in Las Vegas, that big thing.
Oh,
Said
yeah.
they rented that out to film it. I was like, are you serious right now?
But see, that's the way it is. It's across the board. It's like these people with the ICE thing. And they say that, hey, we're going to try to execute the warrant on this guy. He's a damn child molester. And then it's like it doesn't compute. They just can't get it. It's like, and so something is like the thinking of people, because you go from one topic to another, but it's the delusional thought.
Yes.
It's like you can, even the facts right in your face. You're punching them in the face, and they still deny they're getting hit. I mean, and I don't understand. I've never seen anything like that in my life. So I mean, I've seen some stupid people, and I've seen stupid decisions, and I've seen people that didn't want to own up to a stupid decision. So I've seen the denial side, but not
Hell,
to this level, man. You just
denying the whole thing with what's her name? Good shot. Renee Good. That video speaks for itself. You can
Right.
hear the thud where she hit the car. It's just like, you people are denying it. She was just trying to leave, like, yeah, at a high rate of speed while spinning her tires and turning into the off. Yeah.
Well, they literally said that's what they were there for. That group that they were part of, that she was leading down that road. That's what they and on the internet posted and said they were there. It's kind of like this church thing. They literally say it out loud, but when you say, well, they said this out loud, no, they didn't. It doesn't that, and it's like yeah, and it doesn't matter. It's like the vehicle that you're talking about. You sit there and watch the tires are pointed at him, which I still find it funny how everybody keeps focusing on him being in front of the vehicle, and it's like if you zoom that out, that dude was in the front.
Oh.
He drove around her, and I personally think as he went around the back, he saw that Missouri plate and thought, "Wow, wait a minute, hold on, Missouri." So then he pulls up in front. The other vehicle's trying to come up, and then they get out. Well, they're telling her to get out of the vehicle. Well, he's walked around her car just kind of filming it, and he goes to get in his truck. I firmly believe he was just going to get in his damn truck. And then he heard them other two telling her to get out of that car, get out of the car. And then it was like, oh, well, my partners are getting her out of the car. So then his attention diverted, and he was walking around the front. So
You're right. I broke down that video in depth. And yes, as he was circling the vehicle and ended up back in front, it looked like he started to turn back to go back to his truck. And then the other two came up, get out of the vehicle, get out of the vehicle. And yeah, that caught his attention because he stopped for a second, about a second. And that's when she decided, during that, she's backing up. As soon as they're saying, get out of the vehicle, and then she launches forward. It's just like, oh. So he reacted instinctively. Now, a lot of them been holding that shit against him that, oh, he got drugged by a vehicle before. But yeah, he might be a little bit on edge. He's not going to let that happen again. He knows what's about to happen. Situational awareness. He knows what's about to happen.
Hey, y'all be safe up there. Stay buttoned up and stay warm, man. Thanks for the light. And no, it hasn't hit us just yet, Bonnie. It's supposed to be, I think we got a few more hours before it actually comes to us. The bad part won't be until tomorrow. It's supposed to be midday, afternoonish. But yeah, she looks
Crazy.
at him in the windshield, and they deny that. She looks right at him, and she gasses it. And the mentality, there's literally people on the side of the street are telling them that they want to kill him and shit. So, and then this dude, yeah, like you said, gets drugged down. Which I would just point out, the guy in the car that they were trying to apprehend, yeah, he was a child guy. So he was one of those pervs they're trying to get out of here off the streets, you know. But hey, bad eyes. I just and see, and it's just like that. You would think that I get it. Okay, people get passionate about shit, and I understand that. But when you kind of go, okay, well, hold on. But what if I told you that the majority of these people were like child predators and rapers and you
They
know
don't care.
then and that's just it. They don't care. It's kind of like the same thing with the abortion thing. You know,
Yeah.
if you okay, so if we take off of the incest and the grapes and that, and we say,
Mhm.
yeah, what about all the others? Nope, can't. They won't talk about it. It's all or
Yeah.
none. And it's so it's the and it's but see, it's not just like for a little while. I figured it was just that political party, the political narrative. But when you really zoom out,
I
it applies to almost everything. You get this very narrow thinking that gets in a bubble format, and it's like, no, this is it, and you can just pick your choice. Look at how many people were sitting there talking shit about the cops for the last few years, and they're all, you know, all these cops suck, all these cops are useless, all this blah, blah, blah. Well, now what side do you fall on? Because now we have
Right.
a whole political party that's attacking ICE. Do you
Mhm.
defend ICE because you were saying people in uniform suck ass and anybody that supported them was a bootlicker? So what do you do now? Did you just isolate people? Where did that bubble go to? And you
Right.
just, I've just kind of thought about this thing with some of the crap you see, and you're just like, I just don't you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I hate hypotheticals, but I wonder about these people stopping the arrest of a child wrongdoer. What if it was your kid that got violated and they were looking for him? Would you stand in their way then?
Right.
And see, and I actually think they would now, Buff, because now I even saw some videos where they're attacking their own because they're the
Yeah.
vehicle that they're driving, and so they just
Oh,
jump on them,
Tesla!
cut their
Right.
tire.
Are we back
Like,
at this
I
again?
ain't nice. And it's like, oh,
Right.
you got a vehicle, and it's like, wait a minute, we done gotten to the point to where you can't even drive a vehicle. Otherwise, it's just, and I feel for people that live in the areas that are like that.
Oh,
I really
Pat-
do.
Pat's
we
gonna
back
have
at
fleet.
this.
I just
We
don't
back
know.
at this again, where the nut job leftists are attacking Tesla owners who don't want
Right.
people to buy Teslas or leftists.
Yeah.
Hey, that's something I told somebody this, and I'll say it now too. You know, there's so many people that talk shit about Elon Musk, but I got to tell you, if you kind of zoom out on this a little bit, dude, if he hadn't have bought X,
Mm-hmm.
we would be totally screwed.
Right. Right. And
Like, we'd be screwed when you look at what they're with the small doors that it's been able to open up. And if we hadn't have had just that little crack of daylight, then, man, we would be in a way different place. I'm not saying the dude is the same saint. See, that's how did that come about?
right.
Like, if you go to
Sure.
say somebody did something good, all of a sudden you're praising them and you're worshiping them, and they're all of a sudden they're some messiah, and it's like, no.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I just thought that decision was a good one, and so there you go. We all make good decisions, and sometimes we make bad decisions.
yeah.
Some people do the bad ones on purpose,
You,
and I think there's a lot of evilness. But
yeah. You know, I've been kind of talking about this a little bit on Facebook with some people, and you know, we talk about what happened in Minnesota, right? And the thing that upsets me the most, really, is Miss Good. I don't, you know, what she did was wrong. What happened was fucked up. But
Don't you
Yeah.
say it.
no, I'm not. I don't support her ideology or anything like that. But at the same time, what kills me is the dehumanizing of everyone. Okay, like I don't believe in her ideology, but first and foremost, she's an American citizen. So people that are saying stuff like "fuck her" and she deserves what she gets and blah blah blah, I don't really support that
Oh, I took
because
that personally.
because
No, I know
like
what you mean. I know what you mean.
like I can't be like with what happened with Charlie Kirk is totally different, and some people are trying to compare it, and it's totally different. But
Why? Yeah.
yeah, don't compare those two. But at the same time, two Americans died, you know, and it's like
Yeah, but I
first
gotta
and
tell you,
foremost, like set aside the ideology and think about, like a mother was taken from this world
yeah.
and her child. Yeah,
Who
she
didn't have to
did.
be where she
But let
was?
Yeah,
me
she didn't have
let's
to be
see.
where she was.
The killing of Charlie Kirk and her do share
Yeah,
some connection, and it's
right,
so my from my take, it's the emotional
right,
response, and it's that emotional
right.
reaction. So you had that happen, and I'll just put this in like, oh, I'm not just, I mean, yes, it's sorry
Yeah,
that she chose the path she did and she lost her
right,
life. I mean, I feel the same way about people that OD on drugs. It's
right,
not that I wish it upon you, and I wish you wouldn't choose that. There is better way, and there's plenty of information for you to
right.
go off of. But at the same time, I understand where some of the people and some of the harsh statements that have been said that people kind of go, "Oh man," is because for some people this might be in like a war, a battle mentality. Well,
Hmm.
let me ask you something. Where you were deployed, when you were taking rounds and you returned rounds, were you like, "Oh, that's somebody's dad," or were you just like, "You know what, man? Fuck you, because I want to get out of this." You had your own.
Right.
So seeing that, maybe I think some people kind of see this as such, dude. They're mutilating children.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
releasing the grapist out. They've hustled 300,000 children across the border
Right.
that they don't have a. So there's so much ugliness,
Hmm.
and you hear all this verbiage, and so then when you see that action, it's kind of like, and I'm just hypothetically because I was not there, and you can tell me
Right.
if it
Yeah.
sounds like it connects, but you're a squad, and you come along and you have some little jihadi fucker that jumps a wall.
Hmm.
Well, when he vests out, you lose two of your guys. Well, you
Hmm.
guys go through that, you experience it, you're working your down this way around this wall, and all of a sudden here's a motherfucker that jumped across that wall. What's your first thought? And so that's the way I kind of connect to this.
Yeah.
You really got
Yeah.
agents that are listening to, screw you, screw your wife, screw your
Right.
kids. You don't need to be here, blah, 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 blah. This dude happens to be a guy that got drugged, literally is recovering, from an incident from them. And then all of a sudden because see, here's the thing too. I think that people lose sight of with the Grenade Good thing is this dude is walking up on a car that all of a
Hmm.
sudden the engine accelerates.
Right.
So that's a sound effect that nobody
Right.
takes into account for him. But I think that people reacting and seeing that is the same concept. It's like so
Hmm.
much shit has come from y'all, so much hatred, and all of a sudden it's like
Yes.
you go, yeah,
Yeah.
you got what you deserved, because it's your first instinct. I don't,
Right. Well,
that's
yeah.
crazy. I'm not justifying it by any means.
I agree with you. Like, um, the rhetoric that goes out there, like, before this incident even happened, and these people are shocked that it happened, but yet the rhetoric is kill ICE. They're all bastards. They deserve to die. And you hear that all day. And honestly, I don't know personally how I would react if somebody on here on YouTube was fuck Mayhem. He deserves to die. Kill Mayhem. Blah blah blah. And I heard that every single day, and I didn't say anything about it. And then all of a sudden, I see a car coming towards me, and you think I'm not going to react with chaos back? You're fucking wrong.
Right.
You know, Yeah,
And I don't know why
you
he shouldn't
have
have been
to.
on duty. Apparently, he was medically
Yeah,
cleared.
yeah, and um, and then other people that are like, "Oh, he didn't even render aid." Well, Buff,
He's not
Buff, you
supposed to
can,
because it's
yeah,
involved.
Buff, you can actually, because you work close with law enforcement. A law enforcement shooting you're not supposed to render aid, because if the person does die, there's going to be people that are going to say, "Oh, he escalated it even more. He was instead of like giving her
Wait,
CPR, he
but
would."
wait,
It's
there was also
no.
there
Hold
was
on.
also
It's
an unknown bystander screaming that
Right.
they were a licensed doctor and that they could help, and of course
Right.
they didn't want to let them into the scene.
no. You never let you
Unknown
never let them in.
saying their degree
The
Yeah.
must mean it's true.
the first thing you have to do is secure said assailant suspect. That's first. Make sure they're no longer a threat.
Right.
Once they are secured and rendered no longer a threat, then you can render aid. Outside people, that's a tricky one. Some in the heat of moment, they will. Like somebody says, I'm a nurse. Da, da, da. It's like, you just don't let any Tom, Dick, or Harry come up. But some people will actually. I've
I've
seen
never
it.
heard of it happening on a crime
Some-
scene. It's happened on accidents, traffic accidents.
Yeah, traffic accidents. Definitely not a controlled shooting where we have complete control. And somebody can actually run up and show their credentials and be like, "Oh, you are licensed. You are
Right.
a registered nurse." They'll be like, "Yeah, okay, come on in till EMS gets here." Yeah, to an extent.
Night, Jerry.
But first
Be
thing
safe,
is
brother. Stay
secure
warm.
the
Stay dry.
scene.
Hey, make sure you got food and water.
Yeah.
All right,
Stay
now
focused.
there. There was Risco down. Sorry, damn Primus.
Yeah. I mean, it's that's one of the reasons why, like, I'm centrist for sure. Like, I could see both sides. I could see good on both sides. I could see bad on both sides. And just some of the shit that I keep hearing, man, is just so crazy. Most of these people don't know what the hell they're talking about. You know, what most of these people don't realize, and I've said this before. I think I've said this on mine. Buff, you were there. Um, all the evidence that everybody's asking for, they don't owe you shit. So stop asking for evidence.
Oh, I will say that. Isn't that so funny when you hear these people screaming? It's like you'll even hear them screaming, "Who? Show us the warrants.
Right.
Show us
Right.
this." And it's like, wait a minute. Who?
I'll show you shit.
What makes you think you matter?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
you're seeing, like, I don't know. That's why it blows me away. And when you watch the
Right.
rhetoric and stuff, and you wonder, and that's why I said that about the bootlicker stuff, because how many people do all the cop talk, shit
Right.
talking, and then here we are. So it's like, well, where does
Yeah.
that fall? So
Yeah.
are you justifying what they're doing? You know, or
Right.
do you want the illegals here or not? Because that's, and once again, getting out of the emotional side and all the little political side,
Mhm.
you break a law. We do have an organization within this government in this
Right.
country that says, hey, we want you guys to handle this stuff.
Right.
Illegal people from other countries fall into that organization. So
Right.
we say, hey, governor, can you turn them over? We can tell you where they're at. You want to get your boys to kind of go pick them up and we get them from the jails? Shit, no. It's amazing because when you look at the reactions and the haul offs from like out of Texas, we have the largest so far gatherings, and yet we have none of the conflict. And it's because our governor, our local law enforcement, they'll work with them. I mean, it's like if you know, but see, this is all part of the whole. This is where it gets weird because yes, it's political, even though there's shitty people on both sides, but it takes a political nature because it is the Democratic Party that's running the ramrod. We got Dallas and Fort Worth, so we got our own little Democrat type city, but yet it doesn't have the same impact as Chicago does or Minneapolis does.
Right.
I gotta tell you, dude, I'm blown away. What really has really got, it's kind of ranks right up there with the whole doctor shit during COVID and how it's like, wait a minute, I have hundreds of hours and all this shit, and I know better.
Right.
I know you know better. Was to watch
Right.
that police chief up there in Minneapolis stand there while that dipshit is talking about you standing against ICE and shit. And it's just kind of like, dude, what happened to your boys in blue and your blue shield and blue? Y'all ain't gonna look out for each other. You're literally gonna stand against federal agents knowing they're executing
Yeah.
legitimate law.
Yeah. I mean, are there bad cops? Yeah, there's bad cops, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, I hate when people say, because I support the blue, you know, but I also support 100% accountability. If there's a cop that did wrong, I expect him to pay the price. If there's a cop that did something right, but everybody wants to paint the picture that he did the wrong thing, you know, like peer pressure and all this. Oh, and we need more evidence. We saw this video, and you saw this video, and you think this? You're fucking this, and I'm like, shut up. You don't. You're not owed shit. You know, like I saw the same video you saw. I see a different perspective than you do because, you know, I try to be more unbiased than most people are. And, you know, if he did wrong, he's going to face it in court. And I've said this before. I was like, look, okay, I get it. You think ICE is out there kidnapping people. Okay? If they are kidnapping people, right?
They're shitty kidnappers.
Yeah. If they're kidnapping people, guess what? It's not your job to intervene. It is up to the courts, right? To decide. And if you are interfering in their investigation and their apprehension of somebody that they believe is a child sex offender or whatever the case may be, and you involve yourself like Miss Good did, and they go to arrest you or detain you, because most of the time they're just detaining you to remove you from the situation. That's all they're trying to do. If they are wrong in doing so, let them detain you, let it go to court, and you fight it there. Stop fighting the shit in the streets, you dumbasses, because you're never going to win. Ever.
No, it just creates the chaos. And
Yeah.
here amongst the chaos, that's where you get $9 billion and more of fraud that goes out of states and other billions in other states. And that's where all of a sudden you get a shifting of the power. And then one day you kind of go, wait a minute, you're what? Matter of fact, this almost falls into you're ignoring what's coming down the street until it's going to kick in your door kind of thing. That whole little, I didn't do anything. You know, they said, well, that's because if we lose, I get it, man. Do all this little Bonnie with the self-governing. I personally laugh when I hear some of that because it's like that's what we did with this country. Like that's what our founding fathers did that were in their 20s, mind you. Mm-hmm. You know, in their late teens and early 20s, they did that. They said, hey, wow, you know what? We want to self-govern.
Right.
So guess what? Good old queen over there, king, flip it. And then we fought our way through and we established, we have a constitution, a declaration, and a bill of rights. We agreed on a common moral compass society. It built. Yes, it's always been ups and downs because everywhere has ups and downs. But that's what built the country. So that's what we have. That's what gets me about this removing of law and order. And it's like, no, you remove law and order. That's chaos. Anarchy is chaos. I don't care what the new Wikipedia definition is.
And here's a little secret to those that don't know this. If they detain you and it was an unlawful detainment, you can get a little bit of money. Yeah. Let it go to court. You could get money.
What's up, KP?
Detainment is not arrest. Detainment can be for securement.
Right, exactly. I mean, if they detain you, it's not arrest, but if they arrest you, and it's unlawful, it's.
But at the same time, I mean, at the same time, if it's a unreasonable detainment, like you're not doing anything wild and out,
Right.
Yeah. Well, you did put me in cuffs for no reason. Oh, I just want to secure the scene. No.
Right.
I smell weed in the vehicle. Well, that's no reason to put me in
Yeah.
handcuffs.
Yeah.
You detained me because you're by yourself. You're smaller than me. You feel scared. Like,
Right.
now I don't feel safe.
Right.
You can make a case out of that. Yes. God, I'm tired of seeing Scat Pack in the chat. I keep thinking it says skate park. I want to go skating.
Yeah.
No, that's the Mopar Scat Pack. That's burning rubber.
No, KP Heathen. I want you, buddy. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Pete.
No.
No.
We need the X button. I can see that coming. Okay.
See. Now that comment got me.
Okay. We're safer this way. What's up, you people? Scooter in the house.
Fuck you fucking bitch.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Leave it to mayhem.
Yeah. Hey, I live up to my name, man. I live up to my name.
But you're not in that. You're in the Battlefield production.
Right. Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Darn. Sorry, KP. I forgot what name I was under.
Yeah, there's not supposed to be mayhem, especially whenever not in that form. This says this is the wrong ballpark.
Right. Not with the
Get your
beautiful
gadgets off
background.
baseball, but this ain't the ballpark.
Yeah, not with the beautiful background. You know what I mean? Like the beautiful flowing plants.
You got your
maybe.
swine right over there, over your shoulder. You got your swine right there, ready to go.
Yeah.
Squeal.
Ooh, pig suey. Yeah, and then I got my dragons up there, and then I got my.
Scat Pack wants to know if you still do the rescue stuff, like looking for lost people.
We haven't done it in a while, but yeah, we were just looking at a case today that we might look into. So we do kind of do it. It's just a small operation now, because we're focusing on more of local now, because trying to do the whole state at once, we're trying to grow locally and then grow through to the state. But yeah, we kind of still do it.
Yeah, it's coming. I was looking at. Oh,
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, I might end up taking the missus to work in the morning. Just depends if she feels comfortable making that drive.
Oh God, perfect insert, man. That'll be fine. Looks at radar. No, it won't be fine. Look, they keep telling us, or everybody, the populace, hey, bad weather, avoid travel, don't go nowhere. In other words, we don't feel like getting off our butts and treating the roads and making sure they're safe for you to operate on because your tax dollars, we're putting it up our noses.
What state?
Get out here and treat these roads, all of them. Right now, all of them. It's just
Right.
That's not true. That's actually got to camp out on a cot up there. He actually works for TxDOT right now, and
but I will put that on. I'm sorry.
I know that they got it. That's actually what they're grappling at. And just so you know, I don't know about other states, but like in Texas, TxDOT, the highway guys, they don't make overtime money. They make comp time. So when they're working over 40, they don't get extra money for it. All they get is comp time, which then has to be approved before they can take off. So most of them acquire a lot of comp time.
That doesn't surprise me. I got caught in some unexpected snow in Texas once, like down in south of Dallas, just right outside the city limits. what year was that? I really don't remember. It might have been 2016, 15. But I slept at a shipper, and it was raining just a little bit, and it stopped. I was like, huh, that was weird. And I woke up, and it was snowing. Everything was just covered, and it shut down a lot of stuff all the way up to Nashville on 35. And it was a mess.
Yep. I
But
know they'll be out here actually in Heatgrass a lot because they'll be starting to do salt on the bridges and shit, and they'll actually do it before it even really rains and freezes.
North Carolina was doing that yesterday, as a matter of fact. When I left out of there, they were pre-treating, whatever they want to call it. Atlanta, I know they're not going to do it. Atlanta's just going to let the city burn again. Let everybody get stuck on 285 and everywhere, just like they did last time. The storm, they tried to blame the Weather Channel. It was like, oh, we didn't get accurate position. The Weather Channel came out actually on air and said, yeah, we warned you. We warned you. Direct insult to the mayor of Atlanta. I forget who was mayor at the time. But they were black, of course, and passed the blame on somebody else. And before you YouTube get mad, I can say that because... Oh, wait. Did that not turn on my video?
Yeah.
Hello?
No.
No? Yeah.
There you go.
I'm black.
Look.
I can say that. All right. I'm tired of black leadership in Atlanta because it's always a tragedy. It's always a tragedy when something major happens. But the Weather Channel had to come out on air and say, we warned you. What was audio?
No, we hear you.
Oh, there you are. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was like some wind had stopped or something. That was
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy. It was like 285. I was down in Florida. I stopped in Valdosta because I heard about the storm coming through. So I stopped and was like, all right, let it pass by. But as I got on up there and got to 285, yeah. All the shoulders, just cars. And there was nothing but rigs out there trying to get to where they're going. I was just like, wow, it was a travesty. We have snow truck, we have plows, we have sand trucks, but they just don't say, all right, go. No, just stay at home. Don't go anywhere. Put your life on hold because we don't feel like working. Get out of here.
Yep, there's Rescue over there just munching down on some caramel.
Yeah.
We're in the boonies, West Virginia, next door. You want to see some beautiful mountains? Look here. Hey, Scat. Hey, Scat Pack. No offense.
Oh.
No,
fuck West Virginia.
Yeah. Whoa.
Ain't nothing but damn mountains. Now, to be fair, I did learn how to drive in the snow in an 18-wheeler in West Virginia. So give West Virginia credit for that. But I hate going through West Virginia. Oh, damn it, to be fair. West Virginia does have some... Virginia does have some pretty parts. But I spend most of my time in West Virginia on 64. that 64, 77 combo going through that gorge, canyon, valley, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, you gotta watch it though, Buff. Like West Virginia has some beautiful women. I should know.
Where?
Moonchild,
They must be
Tell
in
'em.
Charleston because I ain't never stopped there.
tell him, Moonchild, tell him.
River
He
Gorge.
said,
Yo, there was a part, what is that back road I went coming out of Charleston going eastbound. They were doing a construction up there before the toll booth, and I took a diversion route. I forget the name of that road, the number of that highway anyway, but that was some of the windiest damn roads that I've ever been through in an 18-wheeler. And it ended up going over the I think it was called the George Washington Bridge, the tallest arched bridge in the United States. And I wasn't expecting that. I was just like, oh. I just saw the big ass sign. I was just like, oh, well, that's kind of cool. But those damn roads to get there, holy shit. Talk about stopping before you gotta go around the curve. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to swing out. Thank God there wasn't no Swift drivers in front of me. I never would have got through there. But
right.
you know what I mean. But it's it was some beautiful country. I want to go through it on a motorcycle.
Right? That it is like
Yeah, it was
I
like
would.
on the side. Yeah, Scat Pack. It was like on the side of one of
Yeah.
those damn mountains. right outside of Charleston, right when you going eastbound, when you get outside of Charleston, before you hit that first toll booth on 64, there's another route. It's like 30 or 60. I think it's 30. I don't know. I got off the exit, busted a left, and then right over the bridge, busted a right, and boom. It's like on the side of the mountain. It kind of ran with that river for a little bit and then started to go up and just wind. I was like, whoa! I thought I was saving time. And it ended up being about the same amount of time because I'm still talking to guys on the CB who are relaying information to me. And I was like, yeah, they say they're about this mile marker. Yeah, they're about that. Man, we might as well just stayed over there. There was a couple of us just running together. Just like, we might as well stayed over there. I was like, let's just enjoy the view. I was like, all right, let's do it. We're here now.
Yeah,
Thank God I wasn't heavy.
Moonchild, he doesn't know how to drive like I do through the windy roads.
Fuck you talking to, bitch.
I'm talking to you,
Been
bitch.
driving longer than you, man.
No, you have not.
Wait, haven't
I've
I?
been no, I've been over OTR since 2013.
No, bitch, I started in 2012.
Yeah, but you stopped for a while. Remember?
Don't mean I stopped driving a truck.
I hadn't.
Mountains, motherfucker. We got mountains in Georgia locally. Son of a bitch. We're measuring dicks. But
Yeah. Yeah.
Rocking out truck, you damn road. I can parallel park blind side. Well, I can parallel park blindfolded. Oh, oh yeah. I can drive through I-70 on Indiana without spilling my coffee out the pot. Mount it to my refrigerator.
No. Try. I got a test for you. Drive US 71 from Fort Smith down to Texarkana. There you go.
TikTok, Ooh, I don't know if I've been on US 71. I don't know if I've been on.
Yeah, try that one.
Yeah, I think I would have been through Texarkana off interstate. That bridge with the Air Force and all the looked like Blue Angel insignia. It's just like, what's this all about? It's just I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I saw when I first time I went through there when I saw Texarkana, I just went to my playlist and put on Eastbound and Down.
Eastbound down, rolling up a trucker. We gotta do what they say can be done. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there.
It's against the law for semis to drive on our farm roads, but who follows the law? Look here. When I did local delivery for Home Depot, flatbed with a piggyback, all those signs that say no trucks, they don't mean shit. And no cop bothered me ever. It's just like, yeah. I think they see the day cab and just like, yeah. He's doing a local delivery. And usually they'll say, except for local deliveries, but it's like, Rus is Rus. There's some places that's fun delivering in the middle of Atlanta, the heart of downtown. Dear God, what a semi is like, well, where am I going to park this thing and have room to get the forklift off and unload this? Oh my God in hell. I hate it.
Right? Laws are meant to be broken, Bonnie.
Dude, I talked to this guy.
He's gonna need one of that and some bubble wrap.
I talked to this dude 2 days ago. Caught him at a shipper. He did ABC delivery. The supply company had a piggyback. He had those airless tires on the Muffet.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, I was asking him. I was just like, yo, this is up in Michigan. I was just like, yo, what are those things that act like on the snow? I never did a Moffat in the snow because I don't get that much snow in Georgia. And he's telling me this and that and that. He's like, yeah, but then they put these airless tires on here and they are fucking shit. And it's just like he went on a 5-minute rant nonstop. I wish I recorded him just about those airless tires on a Moffat. I was like, my God, I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah. But yet you want me to have tags.
What kind of tags? Tags on your vehicle? That'd be good. That's a good way to not get pulled over.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Just because you don't know how to drive, don't blame our hills. Fuck you, Moonchild. Fuck you and your hills.
Hey now. Hey now, that's my friend Moonchild right there. Don't you be talking shit.
Hey, change your topography of your state, all right? How about that?
How's she gonna do that? Like,
I will start a GoFundMe to stop all truck drivers from coming through that area.
No, actually, we need to start a GoFundMe to stop truck drivers going through to California. We need to build a terminal. We need to build a terminal right on the state line and have the outside trucks back in one end and have the California trucks come in on the other. You know what I'm talking about.
Let's build it
Cross
in
dock.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Let's build it in Vegas. There's plenty of room out there. We can have some fun while we wait. Oh, shit. I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it were come down to that. I guess they're still on that initiative, the 2035. No, pre-DEF trucks and all that. Blah 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 blah. You gonna have motherfuckers stop coming in there, all right? There are other ports.
Moonchild said, no, fuck you. Learn to drive.
I learned how to drive in the snow, in the mountains, in
He's-
your illustrious state. Fuck your state.
even Bonnie's like, get him, Moonchild, get him.
Tell you what, come out with me for 2 weeks. I'll show you what your silly state is all about. Show you parts of your state you've never seen.
You all right, Rescue?
Yeah, I was looking at the time. I probably need to end it because I guess I'm going to have to take her in. She goes in at 7.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if we're
Works
keeping
out
you, brother, just speak up, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to call it.
Okay.
Nah, man.
All right. Well, thanks for having me up there.
Oh, you
Rescue.
got it, Buff.
Thanks for having me.
You got it, Buff. I
Yeah.
appreciate y'all being up here hanging out.
Yeah.
Talking to
I'll be seeing you, man. Later.
All right, buddy. Hey, be safe during the storm. Y'all stay safe and dry.
Yeah. You
Oh,
too,
yeah.
man. You too.
Got it, buddy. Yeah, Buff, you need to be safe.
Yep.
Yeah, we ain't got nothing going on there.
There you go. Just ride it out.
Business as usual, but have a good one.
No, the banks don't close, Bonnie. Only they're under federal. They can only close a certain amount of time. So they might call it. I don't know. It depends on how bad. But got to be prepared. It's no biggie. And we've been through the floods and everything else. Got propane, got heat, got food, water, got blankets, got oil lamps. Car's topped off. Batteries all charged. The only thing I worry about is the chickens. I got no way to bring them in, but they're all boxed in. So, hey, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. It was good to catch up with you. I'm going to try to be around more. We'll get through this little storm thing. Y'all stay safe. You stay dry. Stay warm. And y'all be safe. I appreciate y'all. There is a creator. He's got a son named Jesus. He wants to know you. Appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. Peace, everybody.
I ain't here tomorrow. If the good Lord says it's my time to go, I don't see that morning sunset. There's some things I need for you to know. The truck is yours if you want it. It'll run forever if you treat it right. When you think of me on some back road, that's because I'm right there by your side. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow. Don't let life turn you bitter. your granddad. Yeah, you're gonna get your heart broke, but a couple of tears don't make you weep. Gonna find that girl God made just for you. Knows what he's doing, wait and see. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow. Keep the shotgun in the family, raise your babies by the book, and keep my picture in your wallet. Keep your car keys on a hook. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Please don't ever forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow.
Hey, y'all stay safe and warm and dry. Stay bundled up. Stay your food and water close by. Y'all be safe. Know that I appreciate you. I'm thinking about you. You're in my thoughts and prayers. Appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. Peace.